How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for tuning in tonight, everybody. We're about to get started with another Super D&D adventure. We're still getting things started off, getting things set up. But we have the recap coming in just a moment. Hopefully everybody has remembered that. If not, go check out the previous episode, as the first one has been streamed, has the whole recap of about the first season, or at least as best as we can. And hopefully new things can get started nice and soon. Let's jump into the Discord and get that recap going. Howdy, everybody. Oh, hold on. My mic on Discord is not working. There we go. How's it going, everybody?
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello,
I heard
hello.
the howdy everybody on the stream.
Yeah,
like,
it just,
oh,
because
didn't
it's,
hear that.
I've been messing with new toys that were fucking with my audio.
I'm very well aware of your new toys.
Hello?
No hellos.
Anyway, maybe people will see what those are in a few months, or if you're not part of the Discord, maybe we'll see it then.
There's a telephone in hell because that's a great one.
Hello?
Okay, well, let's go.
No, get it? Hello?
Ah!
I chose not to get it, okay?
I know, but I'm the person that makes sure you get it.
Hell, oh, I get
Ah!
Oh,
I turned off my light and I'm ready to go.
All right, we ready for the recap, everybody?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's pause that. Let's go like this. Let's go back to the music that we had last time. Does it? Hello? Music?
Hello.
Hello, music.
Sure.
Come on,
There
that's
we
right.
go. Alright, just getting some audio settings all set up. I thought they were set, but apparently not.
I'm nervous.
Alright. Last time, our heroes delved deep into hell. Past the doors of death into the wandering caves. But they fought some enemies after regrouping with the help of Super Cape and the Blue Cape. They defeated these awful eye stalker monsters. They then pushed farther in, narrowly avoiding a trap. Jeffrey, yes, I was doing so well. Jeffrey
fail.
managed to save the Silver Moth, pulling him out of this abyss. And they continued onwards. They ended up fighting a demon, a shadowy demon with horns, greasy black hair, and piercings all over his red-scaled hide. But however, even with the might of the Blue Cape on their side, all of them only landed one blow on him. The demon known as Zack destroyed all of them. And then they saw their life and felt it stop, but only for a moment. As they woke up again, the sights and sounds of what reminded them of a hospital, lights flashing by, being carted around on a gurney, and then put into separate rooms. A lot of them felt weakened, different, void of the powers that made them their own. That is where we begin. A lot of you are locked down onto your gurney, and anyone that had brought you in has left the room. You see there is a tube connected to your arm, and there's a seemingly some sort of oxygen mask that is put over your face. And then the room is dimmed, and everyone leaves. The floor is yours. What are you going to do?
I'm a
What
lay
are-
there.
What is the restraints made out of?
They seem to be made out of some kind of cotton on the inside, but around the outside is some kind of leather.
Ashley's
Shucks.
concentrating too hard because she's trying to call up her blood vessels.
Nothing happens.
I'm a lay there.
Do I still have my dog ears?
As far as you can tell, you don't.
Huh.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Wait, are we
does
on this?
that mean Ian's a real boy?
I'm a real.
Arya,
Oh,
roll a
super
perception
rooms.
check for me.
Okay. I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. Just
Don't
don't
worry
even worry
about
about it. That's a 1.
Can I look around the room?
Yes, you can. Roll a perception.
I'll do the same.
yeah.
Make it
Everybody that looks around the room, can we all roll?
Yeah, everybody, if you'd like
Yay.
to, I'll let Ar
I
even
can
let
see through
Arya
the
roll
walls.
again.
I can see through the walls.
I'm not looking around.
29.
So
Got a decent
now,
roll.
from this point on, I would like you to not use your character sheets and just roll d20s.
Ooh.
Oh.
So these count, but no longer will they count.
Ooh.
Ashley, did you roll here?
No, I didn't, but I'll roll right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be pretty bad, so.
This is your only character sheet roll.
Otherwise, from now on, do /r space d20 for any roll that I give you that is with a d20.
Can I
Yeah.
use?
Yeah, you
Here's
can
a
use your
copy
you
and
can
paste
use
for you
yeah,
guys.
you can use the Steinarr Stevenson sheet instead if you'd like. So,
yeah.
going down the list, the people that see the most are Arya, Athena, Sophia. Everybody else sees pretty much basic things in the room except for Ashley, who's a little freaked out at the moment.
Freaking out, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Athena, Sophia, and Arya, you all notice some of the finer details, but the rest of you, besides Ashley, know that there is seemingly this bag that's dripping an IV drip that's going into your arm, while there's a machine that's pumping some kind of oxygen into your lungs. While your hands are strapped down to it, you don't feel like you've meant to be made uncomfortable. There is no one in the room now. The rooms have been dimmed, and there is a counter that has a sink and some shelves. Kind of what you'd expect at a usual checkup, but there's also a couple other implements that are pushed off to the side. Arya, one thing that you notice that only you have to worry about is you thought it might have been just because you had a hearing aid in, and the last one you've had has been so good.
Oh,
But your ears right now seem to be working, and there's no hearing aid inside.
Knew it. Okay.
However, Athena, Sophia, and Arya, you all notice that whatever oxygen is being pumped into you has a subtle kind of taste, some kind of smell. You can't put your finger on it, but it reminds you of something. Good memories, in a sense, like the smells and scents from that, but you're not quite sure.
Ashley starts really freaking out.
Okay.
She goes, "What's going on? What's going on?" And she like tries to pull on the restraints, and she's really like making a ton of noise and
All right.
moving around too
Roll-
much on the.
Roll a d20 for strength. No. You see, as you try to strain at them, you just can't.
can Daniel get himself out of there because he's also slightly freaking out?
Okay. Roll a d20.
Purple, I have a
Are we all in
Nope.
there?
Can I do absolutely
No.
nothing?
Arya, you first.
I was just gonna ask, is there like a call nurse button that they always have in hospitals?
Doesn't.
you can make
There does. From your perception, looking around, you don't see anything.
Can I yell out for the
you
nurse?
You said only our feet or only our hands were bound, correct?
Yes.
I want to attempt to. Is there like a lock on the wrist restraints?
There.
Or is it?
From your perception, it seems it's something that's just hooked underneath the hospital bed.
Can I attempt to turn sideways and try to unhook it with my feet?
Roll a acrobatics, which is just a d20.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah,
Not
that's
even close. You
unexpected.
can't even turn
Yeah,
over.
nope.
Are we all in the same room or different?
Oh, different rooms.
I'd like to yell out for the nurse.
Okay.
Also
Yell.
yelling
Hi.
very. But I'm not even yelling out for the nurse. I'm just yelling.
Oh, I'm very quiet.
loudly. Very, very loudly.
I'm
very
laying
quiet.
there.
Jeffrey's panicked, looking around.
Okay.
Yeah, so Daniel, I want him, he like sort of starts to collect his thoughts a little bit, observing the environment, because he was freaking out earlier because of how he was held captive before,
Mm-hmm.
and he's starting to realize that it's not sort of the same situation, so he's starting to calm down a little bit.
Got it.
Still not fully
Can I
trusting of anything yet. He's still quiet. Very.
Arya.
Can
No, hold on. Arya, what were you gonna say?
Can I try to pull the restraint?
Go ahead. Roll a d20.
Oh, great. I don't trust this. Okay, wait.
I'll give it a try as well.
Okay. You see, this doesn't. Not quite. Neither of you.
Oh, do we need a nat 20?
Jeffrey's gonna try to shake the breathing cup off of him.
All right. Roll a d20.
Nice.
With
Nice.
with Ashley freaking out, she also wants to try to get the mask off of her. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll d20.
I thought it was a tube.
Oh,
God,
that's
all of us are rolling so bad.
Wow, D20 rolls are
Yeah,
crazy.
no. Remember, you can always reload if it feels like they're stuck on a lower end of the
Why'd you
spectrum.
refresh it for us?
Can we? Are any of the machines like in reach?
No, it seems like they're very specifically not.
I want to try to sit up and use my feet to remove the IV. Is it in my arm? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I want to try to
You
do
are
that.
monkey feet today.
Okay.
It's
roll a
the only thing I got!
Roll a d20.
Can I just call out for a nurse?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
see.
she calls out for a nurse. She's just like, yes!
No, Athena, unfortunately, you can't quite. It's really hard to sit up from where the angle that it's at and the positioning. So, and you can't really bring your legs up high enough. So you see, as Ashley, we're gonna start with you. As you see, someone does come in and just says, "What's wrong? Are you all right?" Go ahead.
Where am I? What's happening? What is this?
All right, don't worry. You need to relax. All right, this
No,
is
no.
normal. This is
Wait.
normal. Everybody goes through this eventually.
What is this? What? Who are you? What?
Don't worry, just relax. That's the first thing I need you to do, okay? So, you died, alright? But relax. That doesn't mean your existence is over, alright? You died. You're gonna get reacclimated into your new society. I promise you, won't be that much different from what you
Are you
probably went
crazy?
through. No, I'm actually very sane. So just relax. This will help your body while the semblance of your body recover, okay?
What does any of that mean?
It just needs that you need to relax, okay? Please relax. Don't worry, I'll be back in not long to check on you, okay?
Ashley's still breathing very heavily and looking around frantically. She does not relax.
Okay. You see the person goes over to like a counter on the side and there just seems to be looking through some things. Next we're going to jump over to Mop as you've been calling out for a nurse. You see a person comes in, says, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
Where are my friends? Are they okay?
Oh, I'm sure they're fine. Everybody's okay. Like, I'm assuming, like, just like you, they've all died. It's fine. Don't worry.
They've died? Wait, they've died? What's going on here?
They all died. It's fine.
Friends died, don't worry.
How am I in this hospital then?
Deaths happen every day. Well, this is New Death Hospital. this is where you go when you die. And we help you get readjusted with your new body to get back into society.
Okay, sounds good.
Make sure you relax, okay? That's the most important part of this procedure.
Right, I feel pretty good now. Do you think I could just be unchained now? It's kind of uncomfortable.
The only reason we have that is because the IV has to make sure to stay in this whole time, right? And while even
Alright.
though you want to be careful, it could accidentally slip out, and that could really damage you. That's why we keep it. It's just a procedure. No need to freak
Oh
out.
no, Athena.
All right. All right. You just hang in there, buddy. All right.
Ashley's starting to yell again, by the way. So if anyone is like near her,
The same person. They haven't even left the room. They're like,
hear her.
But would we be able to hear her?
Dear. Just relax, okay? Relax. That's the most important part of this procedure.
She does not relax.
Alright. You see that as she turns, she clips something, takes some, and puts something onto the IV,
Uh-oh.
and like adds in the tube, and you just feel yourself losing consciousness. Roll a d20 to see if you want to see if you can stay awake.
Okay.
This is essentially a toughness. Not quite. You see is you drift down into unconsciousness. Next, we're gonna.
If anyone did hear me though,
Yeah.
they just heard me yell and then stop yelling.
All right,
immediately
everybody.
afterwards.
Arya, Sophia, and Jeffrey. All of you can go ahead and roll perception if you like.
Wait, what about me?
You're not close enough.
No.
Arya!
Jeffrey!
Jeffrey, you hear something as a nurse, only because the nurse opens the door and walks in. Says, "How's it going in here?"
I don't want to do this again. Don't make me.
Oh, don't worry. You've never done this before, but don't worry. This will be perfectly easy, all right? Just relax. Just relax. I promise you, it's fine.
I don't want to be here.
It's all right. Not a lot of people do, but a lot of people don't know what's actually in store for them.
Oh, I kind of hate these nurses.
Where's my group? Where is everybody?
Oh, I think they're just out in the hall. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll see them again in just a few hours, okay? We just gotta let your body readjust.
Fucking liars, we're now in that hall.
How do you know? You haven't seen the map yet.
We're down the hall in a room.
Jeffrey's
You know what?
struggling in bed.
Alright.
Hey,
like
hey,
secret.
hey! You need to relax, buddy. You need to relax. All right.
Oh, every time you say relax, I get angrier.
I know, right?
It's like secretly our beds are just outside the hallway and you just can't see them because the beds are on the floor.
I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Alright.
This is not mine.
Bad things happen to good people. Don't worry. We're gonna make this easy for you. Relax, relax. Does he relax at all?
No.
Okay. Same thing. Roll a d20 to see if you can
Welcome.
stay awake.
They're very bad at persuading us to relax.
Because all they're saying is relax.
Yeah.
This
Makes
is
me
Jeffrey
more
we're
stressed out.
talking
Like
about.
me,
No.
IRL is actually not
You
relaxing.
see Jeffrey, also you start to
No.
feel, you start to go into unconsciousness. Okay. So moving over, you see another one comes in to meet Arya and says,
Hi.
is there anything wrong over here? Are you alright?
Lou, where am I?
Oh dear, you're in New Death Hospital. I know this is a lot to take in. You just need to relax, okay?
Why is it called New Death Hospital?
Well, this is where you go when you die, okay? And no, don't
I
freak
died?
out. You did, yes, you did. But don't worry. Just because you die doesn't mean your existence stops, okay? There's a lot in store for you out there. We just gotta get your body ready to go back outside, okay?
Where?
Well, we'll help you determine that based on things that happened in your life on Earth, okay?
So,
What the fuck is
It's like-
happening? This is trippy.
Yeah.
a world based on decisions I made in the past?
Yeah, kind of like that. Don't worry. We'll just focus on relaxing right now. We'll have someone come in and explain all that to all the new people, okay?
I have another question.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Why do you have these restraints?
Oh, that's just to make sure the IV stays in, okay? That's very important to help get your body pumping and
sound
circulating again. Okay?
They don't sound friendly. They just sound condescending.
They've probably been through this like 400 times though, at least.
4,000 times more like.
4 million.
Maybe you could, like, unstrap the one that doesn't have the IVs?
Well, that we could, but we don't want you to have to move or just accidentally. Like, we've had people in the past that have accidentally knocked it out, and it's just been really bad for them. So this is all just based off of procedure, okay?
Okay, do you mind if I have a drink of water?
Oh, yeah, of course. Just give me a second. You see, as she goes over, you hear the sound of a sink just... And it comes back over. All right, here. And she starts to tip it into your mouth. And just helps you, like, puts a hand behind your head and just, like, tips a little bit of water so you can get a gulp and puts it down.
Yeah, and she's just drinking it.
Okay. We're gonna jump over to another person now.
The nicer one. We're all fucking up the nurses, and Arya's like, oh, this isn't so bad.
Who's next?
You
The
see,
shepherd blanket of
you
comfort.
see as Athena, your door opens,
Yeah, do I?
and just you see there is a very tall man with glasses comes in, looks to be in it's kind of the doctor's kind of scrubs, and just doesn't say anything at first. Checks something on your IV bag, flicks it a little bit. Everything all right in here? This is to Athena.
Yeah. Where is everyone?
Everyone, as in,
My group.
hold on. You see, he takes out a clipboard and just. Most of them are on the same floor as you, I believe.
Oh,
Right?
Is there a way we can be moved in, at least a few of us in a room together?
Well,
I know they're probably freaking out. It would calm a lot of them down if they could at least have someone else in there with them.
Don't worry, the ones that we've heard freaking out, we've sent people in to help calm them down. Also, we have sedatives if very much needed. The reason we cannot acknowledge your request is because there's very specific equipment that cannot be moved. Alright? And if we move you now, there's a chance that you could never move again, and we don't want any of that.
That makes sense. Is there a way to do this any faster? I just want to make sure they're okay.
You see, he just moves over and checks your arm where you've tried to pull out the IV.
I didn't reach it though. He
No,
wouldn't have been able to tell.
There's
You said I couldn't get my leg up.
You see, he's checking it though. I didn't say he's acknowledging it. He just looks down. He's like, make sure this stays in, alright? That's the main reason we have you strapped down by your arms, alright?
That's fine. What does it do?
If this comes out, you'll probably not move. Ever. And your life force that we're giving you will be drained. Alright? Because we're trying to
So
get you
it's
back
the
to
life force being
re-administered.
replaced.
Because that's the main thing that gets destroyed that is irreplaceable. Unless it's taken immediately.
okay.
Right? Right.
What about these masks?
Oh, that's just to make sure your respiratory system is circulating properly. It's also calculating different memories and things that you have for processing later.
Processing.
Processing to see what kind of person you've been in real life to help you where it would best suit you to reacclimate into the real world or this world.
Are we going to be able to reaccumulate together?
Probably. I would assume most of you would, because usually we go in groups of about 1,000 or so.
oh.
There's one in particular.
Usually it's on whoever has died in the same hour. Sometimes 1,000, sometimes more, sometimes
okay.
less. Sometimes by region.
But if you reacclimate us to wherever we're going, will we be able to stay together? Like, we're not going to be split into groups and sent off to do some random job or anything, correct?
While I can't guarantee anything, I don't see why you could not at least see each other. It is a big city. You might be moved around. I can't guarantee anything, so that's why I'm not going to say. That's not my decision.
Whose decision is it?
That would be the head of the chairman of the board for death administrations.
Wow, imagine having.
Can I
that
talk to
job.
him?
Yeah, that's a great time.
Probably in due time, yes. All right. You are all right otherwise? Yeah.
How much longer is this gonna take? I really want to check on my friends.
You need to be here for about an hour or so, and then we'll be getting all of this group together, and we'll bring them down to the main atrium where we'll have a orientation of what is to come. All right.
Were you gonna call it a death orientation?
And can you do me a favor?
Possibly.
I need you to give a message to someone else.
Possibly can do that. What's the name?
Sophia.
Spelled F or PH?
PH.
Alright. She pulls out a couple papers. Last name Dobson.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I can go. What's the message?
The Doberman is waiting in the sunset.
What?
Alright.
I like this.
Make sure to relax. I'll be back a little bit later.
Nice door sounds.
You see as someone walks into your room. How's it going there?
I'm dead.
Yeah?
Okay.
You're dead, yeah? How you feeling though, after, dying?
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You seem fine.
So,
Oh, yeah? What's...
what happens next?
You get put back into society,
Did you know?
Where?
It depends. It really depends on what you've done in life,
God, this is gonna go horribly for Ashley then. Shit, man.
I'm just excited for my character's interaction.
Oh, are you feeling fine though? Feeling fine? Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Not at all
says
confused about your human body.
it says you died young. It's the same.
Yeah.
Cause of the Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I have
He
one
walks out.
request. Damn!
You see, he looks kind of panic and walks out.
Did they finally notice who we died to? Fuck.
Either that or they just noticed my best.
Sophia, you hear your door open up.
Oh. Hello?
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 How are you?
I kind of want you to confirm us. We did die.
Yeah, you did die.
Right?
You did. Don't worry. You're gonna actually be fine.
Wait, does
happens
this
every
mean
day.
the rest of them are? Does this mean the rest of my group is alive?
Oh, well, alive is not the right word here, but all of them are existing. Yes.
Okay, whatever it means.
Love that.
But they're fine, right?
Everybody's fine, as well as you. They all have their IVs in. Those are important, but those will help them readjust their new bodies to get back into society.
What do these have, anyways?
Basically, like a form of life force. Very rare, very expensive, but it helps rejuvenate people that have died.
Okay.
It's a lot of medical science. It's hard to explain.
Would you be able to explain why I don't have my dog half of me?
Well, that is something that will be explained in orientation a little bit later, but I'll give you just a very basic rundown real quick. You see,
Okay.
when your body dies, we've, over the past, past like 30 years almost, we've been getting more and more people from the Earth realm that have these power sides, and it's almost like there's two different life forces, and to make it easy on you, we split those life forces, because when your body dies, that life force comes with you here, and that's just complicates things. It makes it difficult, and it causes problems when you're trying to get back into society. So we remove that form, and we just keep your normal life force with this body that would be yourself without powers.
Okay, I'm fine with this.
Okay.
It's been more of a fucking curse
Mm.
than anything else.
All right. So otherwise, you are fine. You're feeling okay. You're not in any pain.
Yeah, I'm fine. What about the others?
As far as we can tell, everyone is fine. We've had people go in and check on everybody. I've actually checked in with, I believe, another one of your friends. You see, he takes a clipboard and looks at something, whose name is Athena Rose. She
And
also told
basically
me
an
to tell you
expression.
that the Doberman rides in the sunset.
Sophia smiles and has like a wash of relief over her face. Well, let me give you. Can you give her a message back for me then?
I can bring it to her the next time I'm in her room, yes.
Okay. Tell her that the library is empty.
Library. You see, right? You see, he gives a confused look, but he writes this one down on the like the bottom of his clipboard.
The codes right now.
All right.
You guys are so secretive.
I like this.
Police officers for detectives, hello!
You see, he absentmindedly walks out and closes the door with his foot.
Whatever happened to, like, I'm fine. Like, thank you for asking.
What do you think? Oh, why do you assume that's not what we said?
No, I know that's what you said, but why can't you just...
All right,
You know,
Daniel, you hear a
Ah.
before the door opens, and
I'm
you're
just glaring at whoever walks in.
you
not
also
saying a word.
you also glare, and you see this is not even, you've seen like some weirder people that have like, you know, ears, like Sophia. You've seen people that have fangs or like extra arms and things like that. You haven't seen someone that has one eyeball, has very large horns on the top of their head, very tiny wings that protrude outside their shoulder, and various eyes that go down their arms and have an eye on the back of each of their hands.
Why do I get the deformed person?
And you get the person that says, "How are you feeling?"
I'm still glaring.
They see they write something down and glare back.
They have a lot more glares than you.
You see all their eyes are glaring.
Oh god.
They're-
I shift uncomfortably.
You see all the eyes seem to be also like be ran, except for the main one on the face. All the other ones seem to be looking around in random directions at all times, except for when they all glared at you for a second and then they went back to what they were doing.
Stop making villains on your first time. Jesus.
So
We just met these people.
you're breathing fine, no pain.
Silence.
You see they take out a stethoscope, put it in their ears, which are on the top of their head, so they have to like lean way down. And you see they put it on your chest.
When they lean in close, I try to headbutt them.
You see you do, and it just it bounce off this slimy, blubbery cheek. It just it's like I've ever you held a slug or like a handful of worms. That's kind of what it feels like.
Okay.
Just
That's all over your forehead now.
Good job.
you see they didn't even seem to notice, and just they're just listening to your heartbeat now. Your
I'm
respiratory
like
system.
trying to get away from him, like backing up as much as I can.
You see as they were on your lungs and they kind of pass over where your heart should be, you also realize that you don't have a heartbeat.
Oh.
Okay, you are fine. If you need anything, just scream.
As
Scream.
as he's walking to the door, I yell back at him. Where's Ian?
Over there. He points out the door in a random direction.
Great.
More specific.
Down the hall on the third door to the right after going into the first corridor.
He's like shocked about how easy that was.
And they leave.
He's just sitting there, looking around now, just baffled by what just happened.
So,
That's about it.
so a good 30, 40 minutes go by, and you're just left in your room without anybody coming in.
Can I yell out?
Okay.
Do I hear?
Not in like a I'm freaking out, just like, hey, I'm a little bored over here.
You see someone.
Can I look?
You see someone
Sorry.
comes in, Ian. Hello. What's the reasoning in here?
How much longer do we have to lay here?
About another 30 minutes.
Can't, is there, a Daniel Erickson here?
Let me.
That sigh.
Yeah, there's one down at the far right hall. If you go out and to the left and then the farthest one on the right.
Can you, tell him I said hi?
What? I thought you hated me.
If I can get a chance, I will go over to there. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can
Athena, you
Athena-
see the door open quickly? The library is empty.
Can I send a message to someone else?
You see you close the door.
Hey!
He seems to be sick of sending messages to people.
He's not an owl.
Can you at least send me someone else to send a message?
He's gone.
Can I call
Uh,
out? Can I just
Daniel,
like,
you
call out
you
for-
hear your door open. You see a
look
normal
it up.
looking doctor, you know, tall, glasses, normal,
A
like
little
kind of
bit
greenish
more
scrubs.
relieved. I
I have a
look up to
message
him and
for
I
you,
say,
Daniel. Ian says hi.
he
Closes the door.
He's done.
I was about to look up and just be like, what was that creature in here earlier? But I guess not, because he's gone.
He just immediately turned around.
He's not dealing with that shit.
See, now I'm like just very confused.
Okay. So about another 25 minutes pass, and you see various nurses all come into your rooms about the same time. Okay,
Am I
hold on.
awake now?
You see you start to wake up as well as Jeffrey.
Uh-huh.
However, along with each of these doctors, there's a person that seems to be in some kind of armored gear.
Brilliant.
Have some kind of weapon on their back as well. Nothing that looks remotely familiar.
What's happening?
Oh, we're just gonna be moving you over to the orientation as your body is all ready to go.
Oh, okay.
I believe the name was Ashley. All right, Ashley, we're gonna help move you over. This is, looks at like the name tag very visibly. This is Dorman. He's gonna be moving you over, all right? He's gonna be helping you through this entire process. You see this heavily, kind of like armored person. That's like face is partially obscured, has a weapon on their hip and on their back, and just gives you a nod. He doesn't look too friendly, but he looks a little intimidating as well.
No, I can do it myself.
You don't know where to go, sweetie.
You can just tell me. I don't want to go with him.
Don't worry, I'll be here too, okay?
No, I really don't wanna.
Okay. It's alright. You see as they detach the IV and they take off the mask, you see Dorman just literally gets behind your gurney and starts pushing you out with the nurse leading the way.
Oh.
When you see you go down these this like ramped escalator instead. It doesn't have steps. It's just like a ramp that on two sides, one goes up, one goes down.
She's like struggling the entire time. Like she's trying to get out of the restraints again, and she's like,
all right,
being a bit too loud.
Roll a d20.
Oh boy, what is this for?
Let's see if you can do anything with the restraints.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Yes, I can. Actually, can I? I don't know.
Okay. So, you see, as you manage to slip one arm out last second, you see Dorman immediately goes for a grab on that arm. Actually, hold on. He sees it go out, but he's looking at you, but he hasn't actually made a move as long as you seemingly are staying in the bed.
No. I hop off the bed and I kind of try to back away from him.
You can't hop off the bed. You only have one arm out.
Oh, okay. I'm struggling. With my other arm. I'm struggling to take the other one off.
All right, now he's going to go and grab you, so I need you to roll another d20.
Come on, no whammies.
Okay. You see as he grabs your arm and just straps it back in.
Oh,
and
fuck.
keeps pushing you down. You see, as all of you, just for the sake of time, because I don't want to spend another 20 minutes getting everybody out, is you're all eventually led out with similar procedures. There's a guard behind pushing you, and there is a nurse leading in front.
If we don't resist, can we walk instead of being rolled?
You see that they're not seemingly asking, and they're just pushing you down. However,
Ashley's still being very loud, by the way. So if anyone sees or is near her,
you're getting looks, and Arya, you can actually hear this as well as Jeffrey.
And Ashley's probably yelling out all of your guys' names, like Arya, Athena, ah!
And the nurse is just repeatedly like, "Relax, dear. This is not gonna help anything." It's the whole time.
Oh god, that's so...
Can I just like call out
Nobody
like
can help
back
you.
and just be like, I want to call out and just be like, they're good people. It's okay.
Do I hear that?
Do
Okay.
you?
We have a map.
What is this?
Pictures, visuals.
Pictures.
Oh,
Oh my god.
So that's kind of the order you've been led down. All right. So let me zoom out a little bit, and I'll take you. You see, you go down one floor, and then another, until you get down to 4 floors below where you guys actually are. Let me just reveal the area for you. All the way on the right.
oh.
I can't zoom out. Oh, okay.
You can just move over to the side. And let me...
You didn't put the map on stream.
That's right, I don't need to put the map on stream. They can use their imagination.
It looks like a hospital. There's some visuals.
It looks like a hospital. It's laid out like a hospital. It's kind of
Oh,
crazy.
there's more.
It's just 6 and 10.
Yeah, but remember, you don't know the floor numbers.
No, I'm just saying that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Ashley's not even paying attention, so she would be the last person.
I would have been paying attention with how many flights we went up and down.
All right, so all you know is that
Same
you
here.
went down 4 flights.
Yep.
Ari's just trying
No,
to have
but-
a conversation with the doctor, so she's probably not paying attention.
Did I hear Arya though?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And with that, Ashley stops and talking and doing anything at all, and she's just very keenly listening.
And you heard her say, "These are nice people. It's okay."
But she still looks very paranoid, and she's looking around like, what? Huh?
Okay. So this is how the room is laid out. You see, they wheel you in, and anybody that is looking calm, they unhitch from their gurney,
No.
which they release Silver Mop, Sophia,
Not me.
Daniel, Ian, Athena, Arya, but they leave Jeffrey and Ashley on their gurney.
I don't
Right.
even get off the gurney.
Do I see Ian?
You're not in the
Do
same
we
room
see-
as Ian.
Oh, okay.
You saw them
do
go
I
into
s-
rooms with other people, but you only see the people that are in the room with you currently.
Who's in the room with us currently?
You should be able to see on the right.
Everybody but Jeffrey.
I
and
don't-
Ash.
Scroll
We don't
all the
see
way.
tokens.
Wait, see on the
We
right.
don't see
Yeah, we aren't
tokens.
seeing tokens.
That
Yeah, no
is-
tokens.
You should be able to see tokens. Hold on.
No tokens visible.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't make
just
sense. It's on the token layer.
Oh, I see Diglett.
I see Diglett too.
Trio, trio, trio.
Diglett!
Oh, that. Oh, wow. Okay,
Oh,
there's
cool,
the
okay.
tokens.
This just
I
got
need to
up.
zoom in. I thought that was a spot on my computer, but no.
I want to test something real quick
Okay.
Oh no.
because it's doing it like really weird.
Oh, you just
Whoa.
moved
You
the
just
map.
moved the entire map.
Yeah, I know.
Oops.
But
Oops.
you guys should be able to see.
Oh, I see the tokens.
Tokens now?
Yeah,
We can
should
see 'em
do
now.
I mean, you should have been able to see the tokens.
I was on the wrong side.
Hold on. Now you
Oh,
can't see the
oops.
map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can't see the map.
That's strange because the map is now on the token layer, and not on the, and the tokens are not on the map layer, which is
Well,
dumb.
That's weird.
Roll 20 is stupid
Roll 20
sometimes.
is- yeah.
Fix your
This
shit or
stupid
tell me
token.
how to fix it. So now you can't see those, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Map layer, and let's go over here. And I guess I'll just have to function like that for now until I figure out why it's being dumb.
You want us to put our tokens on top of our character tokens?
Yeah, see if that will fix it for you.
Okay.
I can move me, kind of. Hold on.
No, I can't click on me at all.
I cannot.
I
click
put me
this.
on me, and now I can't move me. Hold on.
Yeah, same. Oh,
No,
I'm
it's
not.
going under the map.
Oh yeah, it is going under the map. I just
Yeah,
want
because the
to
map
click
is
on
on.
it.
Because I don't know why.
I put 2 Diglets somewhere.
All right.
I accidentally put my character out. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm
My,
taking the
my
token out.
character is. I
We'll
cannot.
just
Just,
use
just
our
so you know,
imaginations.
though,
It's
we
okay.
can't move our tokens. Yeah, we'll just use our imagination.
Just you
Imagination
can
is
help tell
key.
me stop putting out your tokens, and we'll fix this eventually when it wants to stop being dumb. I'll fix it for next week as best I can. So, all of you are in the room. You see they're help guiding you. They're encouraging you to look at. Bless you.
Oh, bless
Thank
you.
you.
They're encouraging you to look at a screen behind you. It's on like a projector screen.
Fuck the screen. I'm going to Ashley. Fuck the screen.
Yeah, Ashley tries to get out of the bed so that she can go into Athena immediately.
No, I'm
Athena,
I'm
Athena,
gonna-
please.
gonna hop up on the bed with Ashley and sit right next to her and like hug her.
I'm still
Like,
on
you're
the
okay.
bed.
You're
about to
okay.
make
It's
it off.
okay.
And
No,
she's
they're
like
not making you get up.
hyperventilating.
Diglett moves to the back.
Oh my god.
He's still attached to the bed.
Yep.
Sophia's over by Jeffrey and being like, "Why are they?" I look over to the guys in the back, saying like, "Why is he still on the bed?"
That's
Athena
because
has-
he hasn't been able to calm down. So we want to make sure he doesn't hurt himself or anybody.
He won't hurt any of us. I know that for a fact, right? And then I look over to Jeffrey.
I hate that you have to ask that.
I'm doing this as a joke. Horrible time for jokes. I say as I just face palm. I've never been good at that.
Ari's just gonna watch.
Athena's gonna look over at the guards and just try to say that she's had a rough life. This is why we needed to be put at least with one other person that we knew.
Sorry, procedures
I-
are
I know-
procedures. We have to
I
make sure
know-
that your bodies are safe.
That's fine. Can she be
And I
released
asked one of
now?
the guards. Yeah, I asked one of the guards.
She's-
Can you let me go, please?
You see
I
a
wanna
guard
be
step
out of this.
forward.
I take full
Very
responsibility
big,
for whatever she does.
Blue-skinned guard walks over. If she does anything, all right, she's going right back.
She does
in.
anything, I take full responsibility.
You see, yeah, and latches it. You're able to sit up. You
Oh,
move back
I-
over towards the door.
Bum rush Athena with a hug, and I look at the other two, and then I run to Arya and I give her a hug as well. And then I look back at Ian, and then I look at Ian, and then
He
I
looks
look at
away.
Ian.
He looks away and flips you the bird.
I'm gonna go over and hug Ian and Arya.
I want to.
No.
Can I
I'm
poke
get
Ian's
away from me.
face? I want to poke Ian's face.
Okay, you poke Ian's face. It feels exactly the same as it did before.
Can I still get the guards to?
Wait, Ian's?
Ian's face.
Ian's face would have felt like really hard before.
No?
Nah, I got skin on,
Like,
bro.
had
like he had
skin on.
skin, but then it was metal, so you wouldn't.
I mean, if you just poke it, it's not gonna feel. You have to actually hit him. You don't know how Ian works.
Actually, Daniel does.
Athena's gonna see that he doesn't want to be hugged, and she's gonna ruffle the top of his head instead, and move over and hug Arya.
And Ashley, despite any of that, is going to hug Ian.
You know, he's done at this point. He's not even gonna resist.
You see, they come over and unlock Jeffrey, and just like, you do anything. And he backs away.
I'm just gonna go and hug everyone after he does that.
Is
Yeah,
that
keep talking,
threat?
pal. That'll get you far. Oh wait, it won't, because we're dead. Whatever. Don't care. Freaking.
You see, he crosses his arm and just.
Meanwhile, there's
Shakes his
Sophia
head.
now hugging you.
Athena's gonna look around panically.
I like how active that other side is.
I'm literally
Compared to this
laying
side.
down still. Everyone else has gotten up, and I'm just like,
Come on, Ian, get up.
Okay,
I
open the bird.
observe the mop, and I realize that he's not a big burly dude, and I'm really confused now.
You don't even know it's me. It's the mop boy. Just see some
You
random
just see
dude.
this,
Yeah,
some
you
skinny
wouldn't
guy
know.
with glasses.
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
okay,
without
yeah,
glasses,
that's
he
fair.
doesn't have
Not
glasses.
everyone else seems.
But you can
I'm
see
just
fine.
carefully observing him just to make sure that he doesn't make a move on me.
Okay.
Arya's gonna.
Because
going
a
to-
skinny wimpy boy is gonna make a move on somebody.
Hey, I'm a skinny wimpy boy.
Yeah, but you had like powers with your skinny wimpy boy thing.
Yeah.
I had to be big and burly.
And
That's why he thinks you're a threat.
I don't know you. I don't know you don't have powers.
I don't know you either,
anyone
but I'm not
has
looking at
powers.
you like, this guy's suspicious.
I'm just keeping an eye on you. That's
All right, who has been paying attention to the screen the whole time?
Me.
I have.
I've
Me.
been half
Moving
paying attention.
characters.
I haven't
I've
been
just
doing
been
anything but
looking at
the
it.
screen.
All right, roll a perception check. Silver Mop and Arya with advantage. So roll
Wait,
a
what?
d20 twice. Everybody else, because they've been
Oh,
doing
what?
things.
I've been.
Now you've been hugged.
Arya.
You've been hugged, unfortunately.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm
but other than
talking.
that, I've been doing the. You know, fine. So do I still get to roll a perception?
Purple, I'm being very like cautious of everything around me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's
do I
why.
roll?
No, because you're too busy looking at people.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
do I
the
still
one
get to
distracting
roll
people.
perception, Cullen?
I was
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, you can roll one.
Mm.
What a shitty roll
He
for me.
rolled.
Okay. So Ian and Arya, you've paid attention to most of the details. As you see, well, Athena, you can still roll as well as Ashley. Everybody can roll once. It's just they get advantage.
I rolled a 7,
Okay, you
and
rolled a
actually
7.
rolled a 14.
14.
I
Okay.
didn't roll.
Didn't?
Jeffrey never
know
paid
going
That was
on.
from before.
Yeah, you did. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I rolled before.
Yeah,
How
Jeffrey
though?
never paid attention in school, so he's not paying attention.
Got it.
Sophia just
This
hugged
is why
everyone
I'm a
left back at the
janitor.
screen.
So, let's see. Athena, you don't really get much. Arya, you get a bunch. Silver Mop, you don't really get much. Ian, you get a good bit. Almost all of it. Ashley, you don't really get anything. Sophia, you get all of it. So, most of you, everybody, so Silver Mop, Athena, and Jeffrey, and Ashley, you all basically turn around to see that the screens have shut off, and you hear the zoom. But the rest of you heard that it just was, welcome to New Death Hospital, where we transform you into a new you so you can come back into society. What society, you may ask? Welcome to the world of the dead. Well, it might seem strange and new. While it might seem strange and new, there's much in store for you. While your bodies might seem different, and you, of all people, were very special people in your world, all with powers, But don't worry, we can explain where those have went. Right now, your body is recovering, and we wanted to make sure that your body could recover properly. That's why your life form from your hero powers have been removed, while your normal existence that would have happened if powers did not mutate your body have been separated. You now have a normal body. Your powers have been taken to an off-site facility to be protected so they can be reused for someone that goes back into reincarnation. Thank you for listening.
Oh,
And then that's
brilliant.
all most of you. That's anybody that was not Ian, Sophia, and Arya. All you hear was "Thank you for listening."
And I go to Athena. What's
I wasn't paying attention, Ian.
No one else can use the guy saying silver
Why
mop.
should I even tell you?
Ian, come on. What
Arya?
did you say?
That's my father's heirloom.
Fine,
I need my
fine.
mop.
What did they say?
Power's gone, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna be going into Death Society. Powers are gone forever. They're going to someone else, blah, blah, blah. The end.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Someone else.
Hey.
What does that mean?
They're on an off facility site or whatever for someone who goes into reincarnation and whatnot.
So we need to go into reincarnation. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work. I think I'm just gonna lay here forever.
I think.
Bye then. I'm gonna walk up to a
Goddamn
guard
backpack.
Okay.
and ask them about the reincarnation part.
Well, that only
And-
comes if you can work your way up towards it. That's not something you can just do. You have to apply for it, and you have to probably have lived here a good about lifetime.
Ah, jeez.
How long is a
What-
lifetime?
Well,
Out
yeah.
of character, how the heck does this work with the mop and Arya's trinket?
Yeah, they can't use my goddamn mop. That's an heirloom.
Hmm?
Yeah, mine is too, actually.
Yeah.
And just can the power just like?
And
be
my
taken
power is
out,
just an
like-
installment.
No, but I'm just saying, like, can the
Yeah, how the heck does that work for those three?
Mine was also an installment.
And the host! How the-
Mine
wait a minute!
is not one I want anyone having. Please.
Oh god! The freaking host!
Anyone else to go
Meanwhile-
through that, and I don't want the host to
And
unhinge.
you see, as
and-
people, you all talking, one of the nurses says, the one that Athena you recognize is like, all right, I know you have a lot of questions, but you need to calm down, okay? We're going to be taking you to someone that will be interviewing you, talking to you, getting to know who you are, and being able to answer questions. We're not the proper people for this. We're just doing our job. We're doing the best that we can. All
That's
right?
fine, but there's one power in that reincarnation center that doesn't need to
We-
be there.
We know exactly what all of them are. They got to us, and we were able to process them while you've been asleep. You've been asleep probably for the equivalent of 3 Earth months before
Oh,
you even gain
brilliant.
consciousness.
Whoa.
So we've been processing those, understanding what they are, finding which ones are suitable for what type of people to be reincarnated with. And we understand which ones are deadly, which ones aren't, which ones don't make sense to continue, which ones are objects. Certain things with your batch and many heroes are a little tricky, so we make sure to keep it very much under control. That is part of the district, or the Department of Power Readministration District.
I have 3 questions.
You can have those answered a little bit later.
You can answer at least 2 of them.
You can answer them. You can have them answered just a little bit later. It's not my
Where's
job.
my partner?
They're in the room next to you.
Do you have any snacks?
Where? Arya!
There actually will be snacks in the room downstairs.
Where's
Okay.
the blue cape and super cape?
You see, their life forces are a little bit larger. Super Cape, not so much, but it takes a little bit of difference. Also, the Blue Cape, that's not really something that we need to disclose to you right now.
What does that mean, Athena?
That's
And-
ominous.
And anyone else who's died from our past on Earth, would they be here?
Possibly.
And Ashley shudders.
Including
Ashley
people-
shudders.
Oh, punch you in the face!
Ashley like immediately cowers down and like
I'm gonna
hugs her
grab
knee
you.
on the
Position.
floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab you.
She's like hyperventilating and breathing heavily.
Arya's thinking deeply because she doesn't know something.
I want to see Puddle Boy so bad.
I'm not gonna ask that question.
All right. You see another nurse steps up, and you hear this basically in both. All right, we're gonna be moving you just across the hall, where we're gonna have some people just waiting, and then we'll have some of you go one at a time to talk with your interviewer. Okay? They'll be here to help you out. I promise. Okay? It was basically like the same exact wording on both sides, as they've done it that many times.
I'm just gonna be holding Ashley.
What
Because
type
she's
of
probably still
snacks
right.
do you have?
And Ashley's shaking. You can feel it. That she's actually shaking and still breathing heavily.
Daniel just kind of lurks behind everyone.
Because the map
Okay,
is
alright.
really glitchy, I'm not gonna use it right now because we don't technically use it. We can use our imagination while I describe it to you. So I'm just gonna bring it back to there.
Imaginations.
Okay, so
Cool.
you all get moved across the hall, and you're all in the same room now.
Hey, give everyone a hug.
Definitely.
Actually,
Wait, am I
Fuck
still in
that, I'm
bed?
pushing everyone out of the
Yeah,
way. Go straight for Sophia.
they pushed you in the bed.
Yes. I'm
They
still
actually
laying
did
there.
bring all the beds in, but they pushed you
I'm
on the
still
bed.
laying there, like pretty much lifeless.
Ashley sits down at the front of Ian's bed and just sits still shaking, kind of thinking in her own head. She's not going up to say hi to the rest of the people.
Well, you got hugged anyways from a Sophia.
Daniel goes straight over to Ian.
He looks like he's dead.
He's checking like everything, his pulse, like trying to figure out what's
All
going
right,
on.
well, Ian, roll a deception check with advantage. And Daniel, roll a medicine check, which is just a d20, with disadvantage.
Wait, D20.
Spoiler
So, do
alert,
we
we
just
are
roll
dead.
15.
Roll twice and take the higher or the lower of the two.
15.
So you actually you're like you're feeling his pulse. There's none. You're checking his breathing. There's none. you see he's the only thing that you're able to do is you catch him blink one time. You're like, wait, okay, he's alive, but he should be dead. Wait, and you're like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do I also find out that he's not a robot?
I mean, there's
don't know for
literally
sure.
no difference.
No indication.
There's
yeah.
no indication unless you're gonna punch him.
Or unless you
Punch
look at
him,
my
no.
back. Or unless you look at the back of my neck.
But Ian is laying on the back of his neck, so
Yeah.
So yeah.
That I would have checked if he was standing up, because Daniel.
he's laying down.
Yeah.
Arya's just
Well-
gonna go to Jeffrey's.
Lifeless and soulless.
While they're doing that, Athena's gonna kind of be circling Sophia questioningly because she's
No
known her since
tail,
they were
no
kids.
no snout, and no ears.
And honestly, Sophia looks happy.
She's gonna poke her in the face and just give her a big hug and not let go and go sit next to Ashley and dragging Sophia with her.
Yep. Howdy, ran around, hugged everyone.
Except for me, because I don't accept it.
Well, too bad I hugged you.
No, I squirm.
I will roll a d20 to hug
I
you.
will roll a d20 too.
Oh my god.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna go sit next
You get hugged.
And
I'm just gonna ask him, are you okay?
No, I've seen this before. Think that something similar.
Okay. You see, as there's a nurse comes back in to the room after most of them have gone out. We have static through someone's mic. Do other people hear that, or am I crazy?
I hear it.
I hear it, but no one's mic's activated. Is it the music?
Yeah, is it the music?
It's not the music. There's no music on.
Wow, no music on? Purple? How dare.
It's coming.
Whose
Wait.
mic is it coming from? What the fuck? It's come from my mic? What the fuck? No.
Nope, not your mic. Everyone mute once.
That is bizarre.
I think it's just Discord. That's weird.
Disco, what?
Oh wait.
Discord,
I
why?
went away for a second.
It went away.
What?
Okay,
What the
everyone
heck,
mute again.
Discord?
Okay, let's just continue.
No, this is really awful. We're fixing
Wait,
this.
is it that bad for you?
It's.
I don't hear like.
Yeah,
almost
it's very
anything.
faint for me. Yeah, I don't really
Okay,
hear it unless I
everyone mute again.
raise my volume.
No, it's like really loud for me.
What if we go and do it like another channel?
I'm gonna hold on. I'm doing something. Server settings. US East is now gonna be US Central.
Disconnect and reconnect. It fixes it.
Yeah.
US
Changing this.
US East
servers.
is just really bad right now. Sorry for that,
Yeah.
guys. But now we're back.
Hey. We're good now.
Don't know what it's been, but US East has been crappy lately.
It has.
Okay. Now we're back to better audio. Sorry for that.
Resume!
Okay. So, we're going to continue.
Nurse just came in.
The nurse just came in, and they say, if we could first have Athena come with us. All right? We have someone waiting for you.
She's gonna kind of look up and blink a little bit, and
You see they take you. You see they start to lead you down a stairwell, assuming that you're following. And then they lead you into a room that's seemingly more of like an office style room, where there's a desk, there's someone sitting on the chair, and they lead you and they sit you down, and nurse leave and close the door. It doesn't look like a cell by any means, but it's not like overly inviting.
would it be similar to an interrogation room?
A little nicer than that, but similar
Okay.
setup.
Okay.
You see there's a person that's in kind of a bluish grayish cloak, and they have just slicked back brown hair. They have half moon glasses that are just on the tip of their nose. They have a little bit of a mustache, and they also have two little horns that come up to the top of their head, and their skin is a reddish color. Good afternoon, Miss Rose. How are you adjusting?
Well enough, I guess.
All right. Just wanted to answer any questions that you may have first, and then I can ask you a few.
My friend's gonna be right behind me.
They should be, for the most part, depending on circumstances, but I'll try to keep as much as you together to keep a semblance of reality.
Speaking of that, what world are we going into?
You mean the one that you're in now? The one that is also known as just the Realm of the Dead?
Yeah,
Hell,
just
all
outside of the
various different
building.
Names. That is that world.
Can you describe it a little bit for me?
Well, there's different depending on where you go. There's vast hellscapes that are in horror movies and things like that from your world. But there's also very much nice things as well. Like it's a city that equivalent to probably I think the one that you've lived in for a long time. But it's a bit larger and it's very vertical. See, while you're used to flat spaces, we have very different vertical terrains as well. Different cliffs here, gravity is a little bit different, there's more dangers, but we also have much wonders as well, and we keep all the dangers outside of the city. We only have one very, very, very large city. Probably about 1,300 times the size of the city you used to live in.
Okay.
Hopefully that.
And we're all just gonna be kept together and I guess given a job to do or something?
Well, we'll help you reacclimate into society. We'll give you things that you can do, different job opportunities based on things you've done in the past, and you'll live your life on from there. And if you abide our laws, nothing bad should happen to anybody. And the laws are actually not too different from your own. And as it says on your sheet that you were a officer of the law back in when you were alive. So you would know a good deal about that.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions you have?
No, I like to learn things by doing more than anything.
All right. So I have a couple questions. First one is, how old were you when you died?
24.
Oh, okay. Also, powers that you possessed, when did they manifest?
Well, I was in high school during a history test.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Fairly common, to be honest.
Cheater.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
I love it.
I wish I had that power.
Also, have you ever killed anyone? He looks you dead in the eye here.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Would you say you enjoyed this?
No.
Would you do it again?
To protect my friends, yes.
I see. While killing for others is noble, it still does not change the fact that you did murder people.
That's fine.
Also, how is your relationship with your family? Did you see
Shit.
them, talk to them often? I see. Well, it's not a crime, it's something that does not bode well. Doesn't look good. But you have done much
My
for the
partner and
law,
my
you've
friends are
helped
my
people.
family.
I see. All right. And are you interested in going back onto the reincarnation track?
Sure, why not?
All right. That entails that you work sufficiently up to a high enough level of career status to be able to apply for it. That will probably take you a good 60 to 100 years. All right.
Okay.
And with that being the case, when you go into reincarnation, there's very few cases, but you will more than likely not be allowed to pick how you be reincarnated. You will lose all your memories and you'll come back as what we see fit. So a couple of your personality traits will carry over, ones that are very strong. Is that just something we cannot control? That's why people on Earth and various other realms think that reincarnation is a thing. Well, in some cases it is. Some cases not so much.
So we wouldn't technically get to choose whether it's Earth or somewhere else.
Technically, no.
Gotcha.
All right, that's really all from me for you. I'll have this nurse waiting outside. If you could go back and just relax while I talk to the rest of your friends. All right?
There's one thing I wanted to mention. One of our group had a power that I was able to merge
We are
with
aware.
her.
We are aware.
What's happened to that?
We are aware, and it's not of your concern.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Get a lot of zombie people coming in. Okay.
Actually, not quite. You see, when someone is turned into a zombie, which on Earth is very rare, it stops them from being able to enter here. So they are kind of stuck in a purgatory worse than purgatory.
Ashley doesn't know that, but you know, that probably would make it a little worse if Ashley heard that.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep.
Oh.
All right. Now you keep that information to yourself. Now, with your nosy mind, you can exit, please.
If
I said you can exit, please.
and
you see,
okay.
You're kind of ushered out, and the nurse leads you back up.
Wait, I'm back up in the room with everyone else, or I'm in a different room?
No, they move you back in that room.
Okay.
You come back in, and the nurse calls. Could we have Arya and Steinarr, please?
Oh,
We're gonna go together? What the heck is this?
Neat.
You see the nurse looks confused. All right.
They're
follow me.
items. Oh, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
So you see as you're both led down a flight of stairs, and you're led into an office-style room, and you see the same man that I described before sitting behind the desk, and you see there are chairs for the both of you. Another one was brought in. And you see he says, take a seat.
He sits.
Thank you.
All right. So how are the two of you doing?
Okay.
Been better.
Well, that's to be expected. Don't worry, we're going to help you out with that. But there's a couple things we need to take care of, and since both of you have similar things, but first, do either of you have any questions for me?
There's
What
certain.
kind of snacks do you have?
Oh.
You see, he pulls out a drawer. I have granola bars.
Can I have one, please?
Yes, you can. Would you like peanut butter or chocolate chip?
Chocolate chip.
You see, he slides it over to you.
She gladly takes it.
All right. Is there any questions besides that?
There's certain people I want to meet that I'm kind of curious if they passed by here. The
Possibly.
first one is my father. Don't remember his name.
Your
What's his
father.
name?
Daniel Stevenson.
That's what it was. And the other one
Another
is
Daniel.
my really good friend. He just passed away. Actually, his
Oh,
name
yeah.
is
Yes.
Jacob.
Jacob. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you will not be able to meet Jacob, I do not believe, right away. He's still in... you see he looks up at you and adjusts his glasses. He's still in a processing phase.
Oh, fuck.
He might be some time, actually, and your father... We can discuss that at a different time after you get adjusted, actually. Alright.
Alrighty.
So, any other questions, Arya, Sana, anything? Take as much time as you need.
Are my parents here?
Yes, they are. Rebecca's are
Damn it.
alive. Your father... Your father and mother are living together on District 37.
Will I possibly meet them?
After you get adjusted, they will probably be notified that you are here now, and they'll be able to see you, depending on how your final bit of processing goes.
Can I request that you don't tell them that I'm here?
Yes, we can. You mark something down.
Thank you.
Anything else before I get into what I need to say?
Do you think I could get my mop back? Not with the powers or anything.
We can get you a mop, but that's part of what I needed to talk to you about, both of you. See, when a person with a powerful item dies, we find a way to have it passed on. While a physical form of it does exist in this realm right now, we will send it back to someone of your choosing. Is there anybody that you can think of? If not, we will hold it until it's someone that seems appropriate or worthy based on the original creation of this item.
Just hold on to it for me.
All right.
But, for the item, like, you have a physical form of it here, right?
Basically, it's like a mirrored version of it.
Can I have the mirrored version, please?
No, because that is what we use to control its existence on the Earth plane realm. So we can get you a replica of it possibly in the future, but that's part of your power. It's connected to you, and we don't want to cause you any problems by having those. All right. What about you, Steinarr? Where do you want to send your mop?
I don't really have anybody at the moment. All the people I actually care about are also dead along with. Much as I really want that back, it doesn't seem like I can
Unfortunately,
actually get the real deal thing back, so I'll just stay quiet.
Okay. We'll
Hold it
keep
for
it.
me.
We'll keep it held until someone that embraces the same qualities that you and your father did. Sound good?
Guess.
All right. With that, I have a couple mandatory questions that we all ask here to everyone. I need to know.
Okay.
First off, when did you first come across these items? How old were you? Approximately, if you don't remember.
Go first, Steinarr?
How old was I?
Your
Let's
bag,
just say I
sir.
was 18.
Okay, 18. 18, alright.
I was 16.
16. Do you feel you both deserve these gifts?
I mean, it called upon me when I was at my worst, so
Mm-hmm.
I would say yeah.
I guess so. I mean, the woman was really nice, and she told me it was.
Do you know much about this woman?
She just told me she used to be like pretty much a superhero that wasn't really so famous, you know? It was like a little mini helper.
Alright, we will probably
And-
write that up later. Thank you. Alright. Another question. Have either of you killed anybody?
She nods.
How many?
Just one on accident.
And you,
Because
Mr.
apparently
Stevenson?
I got a crit.
On who?
And you, Mr. Stevenson?
Scientist man.
I killed the scientist. You did not.
No, she did.
I killed him
No.
first, then healed him, then you killed him
You
again.
you knocked him unconscious. I don't think you killed him.
No,
Alright, doesn't
I
matter. Stop.
It doesn't matter.
I was on the brink of killing somebody. But it's okay now because we're good friends.
It actually says here that you've killed a good number of people.
What the? I have.
You've taken off the head of Nigel Peters. You've slammed your mop through the heart of Perry Lazarus. And the list goes on for a good number.
Are you sure that wasn't like records of my father?
No, it says Steinarr Stevenson. People that maybe you didn't intend to kill, but you were helping your friends because they were attacking you, but you still murdered them.
I see.
And some of them might have just happened to bled out.
Then why did you ask me this if you already knew?
Wanted to see if you were honest.
Oh,
And we see that you are honest as your reaction of how surprised you were. So we will not take offense from that. But it does come to the fact that you did murder a good number of people, even if it was unintentional.
all right.
I'm not sure how that will affect the final processing. It's just something to keep in mind. Alright, I believe that is all from me. Two of you can head back down with the nurse, and we'll talk to the rest of your group before going. Alright?
Arya stands up and then asks him,
Can I have the peanut butter granola bar too?
Yes, you can. He hands it to you.
she takes it and thanks him before walking out.
So,
Kind of like giving Steinarr a good old pat on the back as a comfort pet.
I need both of you to roll a d20 as you're exiting.
A what?
I need both of you to roll a d20 as you're exiting.
Oh, you're gonna die.
I'm gonna use my physical dice for this.
Okay.
You know,
I got a
should
4
too,
as well.
So, as the nurse
Or horrible.
is in front of you, walking away down the hall a few steps, and then all of a sudden, you feel a hand from behind go over both of your mouths as you get pulled into a room and the door is shut. Quiet,
Oof.
without a
Wow.
sound being made.
Oof.
So,
She's panicked.
so you see, as you're both panicking in this pitch black room, you hear the voice, shush, 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 shush. No need to panic, alright? No need to panic. You see he moves it and he pulls out a little flashlight. He points it up in his face. You see a man that is just a little, he's dark skin, and he has a black little buzz cut hair on top with a little bit of a goatee and a mustache, and he has a very intense eyes, and he's looking at you, and looks almost like a mobster practically, with his tight white shirt, black vest, and his green tie that matches. And he looks at the both of you. Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here. Okay?
What?
Hey, you were heroes at one point, right?
Yes?
Thought I was.
They're telling you a load of lies, all right? So we're gonna make that hero work come back. How does that sound?
Whatever.
We gotta move quickly, and the both of you gotta help me get the rest of your friends out. Okay?
Okay.
He extends a hand out to Mop first. My name's the Alchemist. Pleasure to meet you.
I love this so much.
And there's Poke.
You see as he shakes both your hands, you see he leaves an object that wasn't there in his hand when he shook it. And you can see there's a small little green flower that looks like a green rose almost. Put those in your ear. You see they actually have like a little notch that you can easily put in your ear, like almost like a miniature Bluetooth.
Neat.
Right, she easily puts that on.
You see as you put it in, you
No,
see he
he has the
you see he talks into a little ring on his. You can hear me now. You say like he whispers into it and you can hear in your ears. All right.
She nods.
So, if you get separated from me, you can talk to me. All right? Just let me know where you are if that happens.
What do you want us to do right now?
I need you to go in and just run the halls for me, making as much noise as possible. Run down the stairs as far as you can. All right?
Noise is what I do.
Oh yeah.
All right? Go as far down as you can. If you make it out of the building somehow, just hang a left and just keep running that way. Okay? Don't fall off any cliffs. Okay? You see he...
Wait, there's cliffs at a hospital?
Nah, there's cliffs outside. He says, opening the door, and he walks away from you, opposite direction of the nurse. As you hear... Hold on.
Run!
Run!
Neat.
Oh boy.
This
Oh,
man
boy.
has the two
Start-
least
You all hear
athletic
this, and you
people
see
right now.
red lights go off. As you
I
see a
don't
bunch of
move.
guards are running around, and there's like, all of you need to stay here. None of you make any moves.
I
problem.
haven't moved this entire time.
You see
I
the
don't say this out loud.
nurse comes rushing in and says, "Guards, I need 2 of you, quick! They're in the hallway. That's where they left." And you see 2 of them rush off, and now you have 6 guards in the room with you. So, Steinarr,
Actually begins to hyperventilate again.
Steinarr,
look
and
like I
Arya,
haven't
what are you doing?
Moved.
I
Fucking
guess
booking it.
running.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you both make it down the hallways, down this confusing labyrinth of just offices and things. You didn't know how much the nurse was actually helping you. You go down, you manage to find a flight of stairs, and you're met with a guard that's with a nurse. And they say, "Hey, stop!"
Oh boy.
This you see he has a weapon out. It looks to be some kind of ranged weapon. It doesn't look really much what you've used before. It seems to be a glove of a gauntlet that has a blaster on the end that he has over his hand. He just puts a hand up. Stop! Stop! What are you doing?
Not stop.
Okay, where are you running then? He's in front of you, blocking your path at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, we could do that.
Barrel through him
Is
because
he
he's going
down the
up.
stairs or coming up?
He's coming up the stairs and you're going down.
I'm gonna jump over
Okay.
the railings onto the next flight of stairs.
Okay.
Which is behind
Roll a
him.
d20. Are you following?
I guess so.
Okay, both of you roll
Physical
d20s.
dice don't- Physical dice don't fail me now. I got it too.
Okay, so as Arya, you follow Mop as he hits his head and he falls and lands and boom, boom. You take
Damn it,
you take 10 points of damage.
Oh jeez, I just need
You
my goddamn.
you feel
rock.
really weak already.
Oh jeez, I hate this form.
So, all right, you actually land, you stumble, and you scrape a knee. You feel okay, but it hurt. And but you're now behind the guard and the nurse, and you're still able to run downwards. You're finding your way through the halls. You go down another staircase, finding it quicker this time as it's more of a loop. You go down, and then there's like 6 guards.
Oh, okay.
We're like, stop! You need to stop right now!
Go out the nearest door.
Okay, you go in the nearest door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you both go in and you find yourself in a room where there's a nurse and a patient, and the nurses seem to kind of be calming this patient who's in a straitjacket. And,
Oh, no.
and you're inside the room and they're just looking at you like, what the fuck? And you see guards start to come into the room. And okay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna start throwing things at him.
Okay, roll a d20. Roll a d20. Ari, if you want to help, roll as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see as you take the chair and you just chuck it at the first guy that enters the room. You just and you see
Stay away from me!
see Ari, you throw a pen and it hits the guy right in the face and it sticks into him.
Thanks, Arya, fucking dart over
Stand
here.
down!
Can I attempt to steal one of their gloves?
Okay, roll a strength. Roll a d20. You see as you're wrestling with them, but you can't quite get it.
Oh yeah, help me out here!
Okay, I'm helping, I guess.
All right, so
No whammies.
so you see as all of a sudden you see the alarms cut
Huh?
and it echoes one last time, and then it's really quiet and all the lights
What's happening?
and it goes dark everywhere.
It's okay, Ashley.
Yeah, I'm just holding Ashley closer.
It's dark in our room though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark everywhere, and they're like, "What's going on? What is?" You see them mumbling and not quite sure.
Everyone okay?
Ian, do you have your flashlight?
I had a
He
flashlight.
stays silent.
Do I have my backpack?
No, why would
Right,
they
anything.
Wait, it's dark out, right?
It's completely
dark.
dark. You see, they are all starting to pull out lights of some sort, though, and they're shining them around the room.
Ashley, ooh. Can Ashley stealth under the bed and try to go closer to
I'm
the
holding you.
And she's going to try to stealth under the bed.
All right, roll a stealth with disadvantage because Athena's not helping you.
Well, because Athena's not helping me. Okay.
She's not really intentionally helping you, and it's
I was
happening
saying
very
because I'm not
quickly.
trying to hide from them. I'm trying to hide from the guards.
Yeah. It's also a gurney, and there's really nothing hiding anything.
But it's dark.
Yeah, so you could just be
have lights.
They
standing
have
there.
flashlights.
All right, never mind then.
Yeah. Okay. So you see, as I'm gonna jump actually back over to Arya and Mop as they're coming into the room. There seems to all be flooding in this time. As you see, all of a sudden you hear commotion outside and just pounding of fists and a blast, and then a roar of fire. And they're and then you see there's like,
Good job, Poke.
and you see an explosion just send like 3 of them flying out of sight. And you see there's a bunch of people in that kind of mobster style clothing, different ones. You also see the same person that met you before, and they all say, "Come on, let's go." And they each hand you a blaster, and they grab a couple more off the guys. You see, you put it on your hand, and it's almost you're holding imagine holding like a bicycle handle, but it's around your hand, and there seems to be a button where you hold your other wrist, and you pump your wrist to shoot it. Like you pull your wrist backwards. So everybody put your right hand over your opposite wrist with the thumb facing towards you. And when you want to fire, basically you just slide that wrist that's holding the one that's the hand that's holding the wrist, you slide it backwards, and that's how you would fire.
Neat.
So it's like an arm shotgun type thing.
Kind of.
Okay.
But also there's no recoil.
Oh.
So you have these now, and they're grabbing a couple other ones. These, unlike, however, the person that you met now has his face covered, as well as like a hood. And you see they give you something to put on, and as well. And a couple of them help quickly tie it on. They lead you down the stairs, attacking people as they go. And they say, If anybody comes after you, shoot them.
Are these deadly?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. All right.
Hey, what's the alternative at this point? Dying? I don't think that's fun. Come on. And they lead you down the stairs. At the same time,
But we're already dead.
you hear a smoke goes off in this room, and I need everybody to roll a d20 that's in the room. So not Arya, not Steinarr.
Oh shit.
I rolled a 14. I'm rolling physical dice too.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go back to physical dice too.
This is a toughness. This fits.
All right. So you see as Ian's fine, Daniel's fine, Ashley's fine.
I guess the DC was a 10.
Yeah, the DC was 10. So everybody that is below a 10, you guys start coughing as you're breathing in this gas. It doesn't seem to be hurting much, it's just kind of stunning you a little bit. You see as someone grabs you, each of you by your arm, or Ian, in your case, they just push the whole bed. As you just,
I'm okay with this. I'm still lifeless.
and
I
you also
still haven't been...
you also hear some and just like people being hit or punched, and you see a flash of.
I'm trying to keep
What
a hold
is
of
going
Ashley's
on?
hand and Sophia's hand.
Yeah, I'm staying by the table.
Yeah, you see you're all kind of next to your group, as then all of a sudden out of the smoke you see there's a bunch of people leading you onwards and cloaked in very mobster, like 1920s mobster gang style of group that's just leading you out with their faces covered and hats and things like that, leading down, and they're leading you down the stairs, attacking more people when they approach you. All of them that seem to have weapons anyway, and they're leading you outside. And one of them, eventually, they take Ian off the gurney and they put him on one of the back of one of them, and they just keep going.
He still hasn't, like, even, like, resisted anything. He's just lifeless and soulless.
Okay. You see, as eventually, the two of you, you see as your group, Arya and Steinarr, you make it into the main lobby, they tell you. And they say, we're just waiting for the rest. Come on, just wait here. And they're just, like, telling you to be quiet. So everybody roll your group, Arya and Steinarr, roll a stealth check, please.
Oh boy.
While they're doing that, can I like try and get Ian to
I got a
wake
15.
up and just like slap him in the face? Just be like, wake up!
All right, roll a d20.
Hey.
You know, you
I
trying to
got a
dodge
fif-
it?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So you slap him right in the face, not very hard. What'd you get, Steinarr?
15.
Okay, so you're pretty quiet, Arya. You're not used to being as quiet, and every noise you think is making loud. And it was fine at first, but then you think every noise you're getting worried, and you're like, wait, you don't know if you're being quiet, and it's making you a little nervous, and then you're not sure if you're actually quiet, and you're actually making you louder. And someone's just trying to calm you down. And like, calm down, don't worry, you're fine. And then your party, you see the rest of your party, Ashley and all them, Arya, and you guys all see each other, and then they're rushing you down the stairs again. They burst out, and there's a bunch of people in this waiting room. There's plants. This looks really nice. And all of a sudden, there's just fire everywhere in front of you. It doesn't seem to hit a lot of the people there, though. It just seems to scare them, hit some of the guards and some of the nurses, but not heavily. It just seems to stun them as you all rush past them. And you're outside on the street. You see there's yelling, there's sirens going outside, the whole hospital's seemingly down. It seems this whole place is a reddish glow as you see different levels of light from different places, fires and lavas, and you see around you, as normally a city is just this flat plain you can see down the streets, but right now you look up, there's streets above you, there's streets below you, and everywhere you look there's different platforms, and there's cars and bridges, and there's people flying around. There's people in cars that fly, there's people in various different things, there's people that look out of different fantasy books, there's people that are giants, people that are small, people that look just normal, people from different time periods. But you can't take much of this in as you're rushed around into an alley, and you see as they all start to pile you into this van. And then after everybody gets in, they take off.
Why does this feel like deja vu?
I know, right? Museum time 2.0.
And you see, at this point, you see there's sirens behind you. And you see the same person that Arya and Steinarr recognize the voice of. Anybody got a blaster? Fire back at him. You see there's a couple people with blasters. It hits one car, but then they're having a harder time after this point.
Can I try to grab one from the guard and shoot?
There's no guards. These are help.
Or not guards, but like they grabbed extras. So can I try to grab one of the extra ones and
Roll a
shoot?
perception check, which is just normal. All right, so you see one that they have in a bag, and you grab it and you put it on. It's really weird to you. So from someone that's actually has fired a gun, it's just like, I don't like this. And they're like, you see that you kind of are able to tell based on how they're doing it, how to do it. You lean out the window, roll another d20 to see if you can hit. You break the windshield and hit the front of it, and it kind of starts to spin out, but it's still going. Arya, Steinarr, do you want to make a shot? Anybody else want to try to take one? Did you see Athena do this?
I want to still lay there lifeless.
I'll shoot back, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you see, so you hit the same windshield as this car just and crashes onto the side of a building.
I'm already a murderer.
get
Let's
used to
kill
this.
some more, shall we?
Wait, what? What?
Whoa, that was a turn.
Sophia's just sitting here being like, what?
Arya's just like.
What'd you
I
roll,
missed.
Steinarr?
I rolled a 4.
You see, you were expecting recoil, and you fire just like way at the ground, and just it breaks a hole in the street. They have to swerve around, but they keep coming at you. There's like 3 cars.
Well, can I
Alright, I'll
shoot
leave
again?
the shooting to the rest of them.
All right, you see, there's more fire. Both of you roll 2 more d20s if you'd like.
Nope,
I can't see anything. It's glitching out on me.
you got a 1.
Wait, do I need one more?
It hasn't even rolled on my screen. What's going on?
You got a 7 and a 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now you got a 12.
Okay.
It didn't roll any of those. Okay.
So none of you guys are having a little bit of a hard time. It's weird. Your aim is a little off because you're not used to it, Athena, and you're just missing by a little bit. You see that you're running down and moving forward, and you see that a lot of them are starting to hit some shots, and they're losing them away a bit in the traffic. And you see all of a sudden, everybody hang on, as you see the car tips upwards for a second, and then gravity starts to level out, and it feels though as going up is now level, and your whole perspective just changed.
Wait, I didn't hang
Okay.
on.
Can
so
I
what
shoot at
happened
the
to me?
curve in the road?
Okay, don't throw up.
Ian, you see that you floated for like a second, and then you just land back on the ground.
All right, I wasn't even faced.
Nah, yeah, you're fine.
Can I
What's going on
shoot
with you?
the curve in the ground?
The thing is, the curve in the ground, you just start going upwards. You just
Oh.
change and start driving, basically, just essentially. Initially, it looked like you just started driving straight up, but now that you're driving that direction, up is a different direction now.
Oof, Inception
jeez.
ass shit.
And you just, and you see the cars stop, and you're starting to lose them, and you're going towards this back alley, and you're gonna see, you see someone say, "All right, I need you all to jump in 5 seconds." You see they open the back, and they start pushing you, and they're just like, "Just jump."
I'm not moving.
I'm jumping.
You see the
I-
one guy
go.
the one guy puts you back on his
Grabbing
back,
Ian
and he
taking
jumps
it off
out.
me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay, no, he actually hands you to Daniel, who they put on Daniel's back. Daniel, I need you to roll a d20 with disadvantage. Everybody else
Oh,
roll a
no.
d20.
Oh no.
Hold on, just to make it easy on myself.
Okay,
Come
Come on,
13.
come on, come on.
13.
I got a 17.
19.
I got a 13.
Okay.
I too got a 13.
Oh,
Oh no,
Ashley,
no.
Ashley.
So Ashley is refusing the jump right now, essentially, as the rest of your party.
No. I have nothing to help me. No.
You see as the guy that has seemingly been calling a lot of the shots, and he's like, "Don't worry, I got you." And he grabs you around your stomach and tackles you out of the car.
Oh, jeez.
And then he taps your neck, and you feel your whole body just feel super relaxed, and everything's very pretty now. Like beautiful colors, the world swirls around you, and you're just like,
She's
"Oh,
high.
that's nice." You're like really fucking high, like
Alien.
super
They're
fucking
drunk.
high.
Hell drugs.
Because you're just
Now we
you're
have-
just floating, and so I need
Question
all of
hackers.
you to go. Hold on, I'm just gonna put another divider. all of you are fine, actually. You had to beat a 5. So,
Okay.
So,
Except for me.
so all of you roll another
You don't beat a
d20. This is to
5.
see if you get sick.
I
Oh
got a
fuck.
6.
I'm gonna wait
Even
for
I have to
everyone
roll this.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jeffrey.
you're fine. You're
Jeffrey's
fine.
tough.
Jeffrey's fine. Ian's fine. Ashley's fine. Athena's fine. Ashley is not fine. What'd you roll, Athena?
I got the same thing as Arya.
Same thing as Arya.
I got
Okay, you're
another
not fine.
13.
You're fine. So again, it was anybody below a 10.
I got 16.
Okay, so it's just the two of you. You guys feel awful. Like none of this feels good for anybody as you're jumping through various levels of gravity. As all of a sudden up is changing and you're rotating around and you get pulled one way and then down and then up and the side and you go through like barely missing a couple cars as you go through this and you just barely make it and you all land onto a bunch of really old grungy mattresses and you bounce on them and you're just dizzy as hell and you're just two of you, the people that got low numbers, both of you throw up. Like not a lot, just throw up and cough a little bit.
It's like, oh, I don't even have anything in my stomach for this.
Oh, Arya, cookie and granola bar.
Yeah, that comes right back up. The granola bar is just back
Eat it
out of the
again.
ground.
Those were evil granola bars anyways.
Jeffrey just pats her back.
You see as they're like, come on, let's go. And the same guy that led you out is been leading you. Leads you forward again. He's trying to like help get you up and push you along as you're stumbling about. You see he rushes in.
Still on Daniel Erickson's back.
You see you rush inside a doorway. He opens it in this back alley, and he closes it. And it's dark for a second. And all is quiet.
Cough.
Question.
What
Oh.
the heck was all this?
Ashley giggles in the corner. That was fun. We should do it again.
Ashley, are you okay?
What?
Am I still carrying you on my back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm still lifeless and soulless.
You see now all you hear is the rushing of cars and things like that.
I'm curious. Do we feel winded after that?
You do, both of you feel like normally this would be nothing for any of you. All of you are exhausted.
I'm not.
Not you,
You
you're
did
fine.
say that.
I didn't do anything.
I'm
good.
I'm still
It actually
depressed.
feels great.
I'm gonna set him down against the wall if I
He
can
don't
see
move.
the wall.
What was all this?
I'm gonna sit next to him.
Well, that was an escape.
Why?
Well, I figured you were some good people coming in with heroes, right? They tell you some mostly complete bullshit.
They do?
Yeah. You weren't gonna even get anything that you were hoping for, what they were giving to you. You're probably gonna be stuck working a dead-end job for 100 years, and then they'll throw you back into reincarnation, and they'll do it all again, except you won't have a fair chance.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of you, they'd warp your past in the final processing to have you tortured for a few lifetimes. That sounds like fun, huh?
I really. That has a chance that I
Why
didn't
are you
actually
like
kill anybody.
tortured?
Ashley, are you okay?
She'll be fine. I just made it so she could relax a little bit, but I gave her a lot. It was a bit of a tight moment there. She didn't want to jump.
Wait, what do you mean? What tested? What questions? What?
So they have a
They-
machine that basically relayed everything good and bad about your past, and it's been fine. It's been fair. But up until the last 30 years, 35 years or so, it hasn't been fair. A lot of good people go into the torturing fields for a while.
That would have been me.
It definitely.
That it might be true.
I genuinely hope I didn't kill anybody.
I know I've only killed. Wait, they ask about how many people you killed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I killed so many people.
You killed
I'm
at
pretty
least
sure I've
100.
only killed one.
Ari's
Oh,
just
wow.
getting closer to Jeffrey.
Oh,
saying
that must hit
Ashley.
Mop really hard.
So, they twist your backstories, alright? They tell you did this, they tell you did that. And then you get put in basically solitary confinement for a few months, and then you're tortured for fun, for Zach.
For fun.
Wait, is that why Zach killed us all, other than us being alive in here? Or it's so confusing.
Wait, you were alive in what?
Yes.
Yeah, we walked
We
through a
died in
door and
hell.
then we trying to find Arya and the blue cape, and then we were killed, and now we're back here.
This has all been in the dark, and you can't see anybody, by the way. And all of a sudden, the light goes on, and it's really bright in everybody's eyes. And you see his very stunned face of just.
Yeah,
You
we
walk-
met Zach. He was like a punk. He kind of didn't smell
Yeah,
like it.
he's a little punk bitch, but you're telling me that you walked through the doors of death, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can blame Athena for that.
It was pretty cool in there, to be honest.
That
Hey,
fucking
quite an
bitch is
adventure.
back. Oh my god.
Back?
Which bitch? Zach or Thea?
Well, Zach has never left. But Thea, she's been in and out a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Why does she
She's
wanna
pretty
be
scary. Oh.
Thea died.
It's her
With us.
vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did, but why does she want to be here? I'm still confused about that.
I stand up when he says she's been back and forth a couple times, and I say, "So you're telling me there's a way to get out?"
Oh yeah. Anybody can go through reincarnation if they know what they're doing, but it's always heavily guarded. The thing is, Thea's done this enough times. She knows the system by now.
Jeez.
Fuck.
It's gonna be impossible to
Well,
get
I
her.
guess we'll have to go talk to our best friend Thea and get a bit of information, right,
Oh,
guys?
believe me, if
She
I
wasn't
see her,
helpful last time.
there won't be a lot of talking. Because if you die in the doors of death, or in this place, you're dead for good real. You don't reincarnate, you just stop existing. That's not, never mind.
That
That's
wouldn't
not
be
funny,
so
but you know what I mean.
You gave her too much.
You
Yeah,
really did give her too
she'll,
much.
give her a couple hours and she'll be fine, okay?
I
No,
just-
what are you
Don't
talking about?
don't put that in your
Guys,
mouth. What
I'm
the? Don't put that in your mouth. He's grabbing like a pistol, like an actual pistol. It's like nope. All right, who can babysit the crazy child for a moment?
I got
Sophia
it.
picks up Ashley.
You see a bunch of
Can
all of them
I
walk
take
over.
the gun?
Who are you? You look funny.
Well, it's pleasure to meet you. My name is Thomas Martin, or the Alchemist, as people call me. You see,
Can I take the gun?
I was saying that comment to Sophia, by the way.
Oh.
'Cause I don't know who Sophia
he
was.
I'm gonna say he
Yeah,
assumed you were
Sophia.
talking to him then.
Okay, cool.
I said Sophia just went to pick up Ashley.
Mhm.
Deal with that.
Okay, Sophia and Athena are helping Ashley. So
Who are you?
we're gonna lay low.
Athena, who is this?
You'll recognize her in a little bit. It's okay.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
You know-
you guys
I'm
haven't
sorry.
You know what?
I'm
Give
sorry,
me 5.
Bob guy. You can talk. You can talk.
Oh my God. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. She should just make sure she doesn't eat something, okay? People tend to get really hungry. I'm gonna get you some snacks.
I really
Some
am
water.
hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some stuff and I'm gonna get some information and get a few people. Okay?
I look up at him and ask for a weapon.
Thank you,
I was like,
bestie.
You know,
Do I have something that I can use to protect myself?
Don't worry. I got you. And he leaves. He goes out through a doorway.
Well, I guess
I start patting Sophia's, the top of Sophia's head. Shouldn't there be like something here? I don't know. You remind me of someone, but you just look silly. Oh God.
Jeffrey
Right,
sits down on the
Athena?
wall.
Doesn't she look like?
Do you remember Sophia?
But Sophia's a dog.
yes, I was a dog.
You're not Sophia. You're an imposter. And I hold up finger guns and I start pointing them at her.
I feel
Oh
like
my
she thought
goodness.
she just made a best pun ever, and that's why she's doing the finger guns.
Well, this is going to be a little awkward.
She lays down on the floor. She puts her head down and
I'm
puts her head on her arm on her own arms, and she lays down on the floor.
I'm holding you.
Well, she tries to do it anyways.
She's just trying to lay down.
Okay, I'll just have you as a piggyback and you'll lay down. There you
Okay. Whoever you are, you're comfy. And she leans her head on you. And she kind of like goes weightless, just on your back.
Which makes it harder for you to carry her, and you're already very tired from running around through the hospital.
I'm just gonna lay down as well, then on the ground and just like belly flop.
And there's the weight of Ashley on top. That kind of hurt, actually. Not a lot, just oof.
Like, you just like, okay, I'm good.
I'm gonna sit down and like absent-mindedly start scratching at Sophia's head to realize that there's no dog ears there.
And Sophia, you
Kinda
don't
like-
you don't notice it as much, and it doesn't feel as good anymore.
No.
It's like
Right, Athena?
It's gonna
Like there
pout.
should be. And she's like making the notion of the ears over Sophia's head, but not really like explaining anything. She's just like, yeah, they
Roll a
you know, like
roll a
this and
performance check
here.
just for fun to see how well you're explaining it. So just a d20.
Please roll now.
No, somewhere here.
It looks
And
like she's
then,
just jerking off where the ears would be.
Yeah.
Sophia, you don't see this though.
No,
Because you can't look above your head.
I just have a tired expression on my face. And, like,
Athena's just gonna change how she's not scratching anymore as much as just kind of like running her fingers through Sophia's hair.
And that feels better.
yeah,
That
it
feels
does.
nice. You see, he
Just
comes.
slight twitch of a foot because of what I'm used to.
You see, as he comes back in, he has a box of stuff. It's hard to tell, as it has like a plastic lid over it, but it doesn't match the lid, so it's just kind of resting on there. You see, also has like another basket under the other arm. It's just full of snacks that look like things you've had before, but like weird brands, and some of them are actual brands, and it's like a mix of things you've never seen before and things that are perfectly familiar.
Is there anything that looks like beef jerky in there?
Yeah.
I take all of that. I mean, anything that looks like beef jerky.
Okay, you grab all that. All right,
Nice.
I
Perfect.
got some snacks for anybody who wants some. There's drinks over there.
Ashley like
Franco.
dives her head into the box of stuff, and she starts just grabbing a whole
Okay,
bunch of
okay. Whoa there. Back up.
No, I want
You
all of these.
You start
Athena's trying to pull her off.
You start pulling her out. Both you roll d20s.
Oh god.
I'm too busy eating jerky, sorry.
Nope.
I don't grab anything. I sit there expecting my weapon.
Are you rolling?
Ashley's stuffing her
Ashley?
mouth now. Oh, yeah, I can roll.
Let's she get a nat one. Oh!
4, 3, 2.
Wait.
6.
I was really hoping that.
So
that
you
would
see
just
Daniel,
keep it going.
you see, hey, Erickson, catch. He throws you one of the blasters right at you. Roll a d20 to see if you can catch it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Nope. It
my
bounces off.
God.
It bounces off your hands and you drop it. Normally, your very dexterous hands are very sluggish right now.
I'm like visibly confused. Like, what in the world? I'm like staring at my hands.
Hey, don't worry, you'll get used to it, and I'm gonna fix it.
In the middle of Ashley splurging on a whole bunch of snacks, she starts crying, and she's like, "This is all I'm good for."
Sophia goes over and just hugs / cuddles Ashley while still eating jerky.
And she
Yeah, that's
she
what I'm
snuggles
doing.
into
You
Sophia.
see as Thomas slips a
You don't have dog powers.
a pill to Athena, and he just says, "Make her eat this."
I'm gonna attempt to shove it in her mouth with the candy she is eating.
Okay.
What candy is this one? And
It's
she
really good. This is like a jelly bean, and I'm gonna like chuck it in her mouth.
Okay.
eats it. She also eats a chocolate right after that too, and she's still bawling.
Oh no.
And you see the loopiness, the crying turns into like actual tears.
Yeah.
You see like the light kind of drain from her face, and she's actually like back to normal, but actually sad.
Ashley, are you okay?
No.
I just hold her more closer and just like pat her
Yeah.
head and say like, "Archer cars." I was like, "There's jerky in my mouth."
I'm really scared.
Don't worry,
We'll
kid.
get out of this.
I'm gonna make it as best I can for you, not like the people in there.
What
All
can
right.
you do?
I'm
What-
still eyeing Steinarr, confused as to who he is.
How about starting in about 20 minutes when people get here. Why don't we get your powers back?
Finally!
Yes.
And that's where we're gonna take a brief 5-minute break.
So bad.
All right, sorry guys. Everybody go ahead.
Water.
So we'll be back in 5 minutes from right now. So actually we'll just be back at 11:40. All right, everybody. So we'll be back then. Whoop. All right, everybody, we're just about ready. We're probably waiting for a couple people to just start to come in. But hopefully everybody has enjoyed. And I'm thinking of leaving at midnight. All right, Hammy, you can catch the last half hour of the stream if you'd like as a VOD. We keep them all up there for everybody. And we'll get them on YouTube as quick as we can so they don't ever go anywhere, just in case anybody wants to watch them back. Which we have a new YouTube channel just for archiving, which we're going to announce and get ready soon. But you guys here that are for this stream, it as well. Sorry, gonna watch it. Alrighty. Good luck with your test, Hammy. I really hope you do it. You're pretty smart, so hopefully you don't have any problems. But I know AP can be a little crazy. All right, I'm going to undeafen, and we'll see who's just waiting to get back.
In Steinarr's head.
Steinarr's head? What about Steinarr's head?
Nothing. I'm just kidding. I was just talking about whether or not I actually did kill people or not. Yeah, don't laugh at that.
Purple, did you avoid Ashley and Jeffrey for a specific reason?
What do you mean?
They would not have passed at all.
Nope.
In any aspect. Just
I don't think any of us would have passed.
Like
I would have been fine.
Scale, like, of how bad you did things.
Okay.
Right.
If the mop wouldn't have passed, none of us would have.
Yeah, because I made it a
What
like
do you want about?
I could have sworn I didn't kill anybody, but apparently it's what he said I did, and I'm like now I'm like thinking that I can't even control my powers, even though I thought I did.
The mop is a sentient being.
So I kind of made sense since this was like my father's power. It could have been him. since he
So you're
was, like,
trying to ask me questions that I can't answer.
I tried, then I realized what I did.
You're like, oh yeah, can't answer that.
But yeah, forgot I'm a part of this.
Here, you got a straw in your microphone. Someone's slurping stuff, slurping all the ramen. Get Steinarr out of there.
I didn't have ramen today. I had pizza.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, that was weird. Someone else disconnected and Kira's mic sounds better for a second. What?
That was me. Cause I
And
thought
my
it was
mic wasn't showing as on.
It doesn't,
Yeah.
but I muted. I think I can mute you. Yeah, and it's gone. I can unmute you and it's back. It's weird. I'll see if I can maybe help you with some audio settings so it's not like a pain in the neck, because that's no fun.
The only reason it might be any different is because I'm using a Chromebook.
Maybe, yeah. I'll see if I can help you sometime if you're willing. Because I just want to make it so it's not like, oh, I have to mute, I have to unmute, and have to worry about that.
Well, I'm gonna be doing that because I'm eating cookies.
Well, that's
Is
fair
anybody
enough.
else hearing it?
I mean, are they crunchy cookies?
I didn't hear
They are
anything that
very
time.
crunchy cookies.
I just
They're
have
like
you
the-
up pretty loud on Discord so I can hear you.
They are the coconut dreams fudge caramel and coconut cookies.
That sound to be honest, that kind of sounds chewy to me.
They're like crunchy and chewy.
I see.
They have like crumbs on them.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
So we're gonna start, even though Caroline and Jonas, I don't know where they are. They're taking too long. I told them back.
I
at
said I was
11:40.
back, bruh.
Yeah, he said he was back.
I just wanted to mess with Jonas.
Don't even.
All right, we're
Yeah, he's
starting.
probably off blown
Carol's
and
getting over
started
that high.
washing the drugs out of her system.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
She actually took drugs for that scene. No, I'm kidding.
Dedication.
Method acting. All right. Anyway, we're back.
Meth.
So, you got the joke. Thank you. Anyway, so we're back, and he starts to lay out a little bit of what. Okay, that was weird. I refreshed the Twitch page. I didn't want to do that. Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
Okay. Gonna find. You see, as he leads a couple people into the room after going back out again, you see are a few people that all still have those cloaks on their faces, but they're still in that mobster style. One's wearing a full suit. It has a red tie. There's one that's just got without the jacket, kind of like Thomas. But then there's also one person that's got a black fedora as well, and she seems to have a long ponytail that goes down the back. And she also has a mask on that's very kind of makes her look a little intimidating with the balaclava that covers her face as well. You see they start to take off the stuff and they're just like, oh, we barely got out of that one, Thomas. It's all right. You're fine. That's the main part. What about the van? We couldn't keep that either. Ah, damn. It's all right. We'll make do. All right. So, let me introduce a few of my colleagues here. The one with the red tie, his name is Spark. He's the one that's shooting all that fire around. You see he takes off the hat with a bit of a flourish. He's got extremely spiky blonde hair that just goes everywhere in a complete mess.
Bakugo?
Not quite. You can't, there's no such thing as an original character, Xuhn. And Mr. Weeb over here.
Right?
I can't argue because I'm wearing my MHA shirt.
He's got crazy blonde flyaway hair on the ends, if you would have let me finish, are dyed red. And as well, he's got kind of a pointy chin, as well as a little bit of he also has a handlebar mustache as well that seems to be a little singed and a little bit darker than the rest of his blonde hair. He's pretty tall, but not overly tall. He seems pretty muscular. He's the one that's wearing the full suit and the red tie. He just gives a bright smile and just says, "Pleasure to make your acquaintance."
McCree.
Shut up, Xuhn. That didn't sound anything like McCree.
It sounded more.
I heard a little bit of McCree.
I heard Junkrat more than McCree.
Xuhn
I
is
didn't
just
hear
really.
either. What are
You guys are high.
You guys are trying way too hard.
Yeah, I think Karo snuck into my house and drugged my cookies.
All right. And then the other one, the other man that's wearing just the vest and the shirt. Although Thomas's shirt is white with green pinstripes. This guy's, however, is a dark gray color with a white vest that has black pockets. And you see his skin is a little bit more a little bit paler than the rest of them. And then Thomas says, "This is Theodore. All right? Or you can just call him T. He's a bit of the muscle around here." He just nods and doesn't say anything.
Alright, wave.
He looks at everybody once, just kind of giving a small nod to everyone. The last one, the woman steps forward. She's pulls off her fedora as well, and she's like kind of like flattening her hair down as it's a little bit messy from running around, and she takes off the balaclava but leaves the mask on. And this is I think some of you might actually know this one if any of you in the past. She came from your world and around your time period, actually. She was one of the fastest flying superheroes that had a bit of an accident. And she steps forward. "It's good to see y'all." Just any of you roll a history check to see if any of you remember her.
I know what it is. I have it written down.
16.
Unless you have notes, then you can remember.
I have notes. Hold on. Please hold. I gotta find them.
Got a
Leave it
16 plus.
to
I think my
Costia
character
to
knows
take
it as
notes.
well because
Everybody should be taking notes, because if you don't remember something, that's because you don't write it down. That means your character doesn't remember it either.
Can I roll with advantage since I have notes?
If you have notes and you can just read it off, you don't have to roll. But if you don't have them and you don't have the notes, then it's just a normal roll and you take the 9.
It's more fun if you roll.
It's more fun.
That's what Costia has, terrible organization skills.
I know, I have really bad organization. God, fuck. No, that's the one I just took.
Take notes, but I'm playing Jeffrey here.
That's true. People with a lower intelligence don't necessarily need to take notes if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Jeffrey, though, it could literally just be names of things and places and people, and that's it.
Oh, no,
Go
yeah.
ahead and go, and I will keep looking for my notes.
Okay.
Because I don't know where they are.
I just haven't been writing in great detail.
I don't know if I even gave you the name of that person. Just there was.
You
a
did.
No, you
person.
didn't.
You did. You 100% did.
I'm pretty sure you talked about Ian's mom and you mentioned this person.
Yes,
I wasn't
that's when
around
you
for
mentioned
that.
it.
Because I barely remember it too. So
I remember that.
I'm rolling I'm rolling like a 5 on
one.
what I actually said on this because it was something that I didn't really think was gonna come up, so I didn't write down the name at first. So that's me being a bad DM. Woo!
Well, I got 16.
I rolled 17. I don't know if that's enough.
So even if it changes, I apologize. But the name I had is for her is First Flight. And that's how Thomas introduced her. You might have known her as First Flight, which Daniel, Arya are the only ones that seem to know.
Not even with a 16?
The thing is though, I don't mind some rolls, like big rolls with dice, but it makes it confusing. So if you cannot do every roll, just like if they're big rolls, like, oh, this is a really big moment, I'm going to roll my actual dice. It just gets confusing and I forget because I don't see it in the chat.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't mind some here and there, but it just gets confusing otherwise. Maybe eventually if we all get dice or something. Make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Eventually.
first in flight written down.
Well,
So I don't know if that's the exact
Not
same thing.
quite.
It's in my hero section of
I
my
don't.
stuff.
Maybe I don't know. But anyway, First Flight.
Ari's just gonna
Yeah.
wave.
Yeah,
But
Daniel
there's-
just like slightly
other one?
nods.
However, with how things have gone down here, you won't be seeing me use that name around here. Now they just call me Explosion Witch. She like kind of takes a pose and it's like really cheesy.
I like it.
You see like little explosions. You see little explosions come out of her eyes, and as well as like she puts her hands almost like karate like chops and like on the edge of her fingers.
Ashley giggles a bit, feeling a little
Ari's
better.
clapping. She's like, good job.
Well, so you see that I'm getting confused at all the voices. Hold on. I'm trying to do Thomas and turn it into two people. So as you might know, well, actually, I don't know how you know, but maybe from that, you see that getting powers back kind of gives you some options. First in Flight turned into Explosion Witch. And she takes the pose again as soon as she says it, and just like he's just like face palms and just like. You see, people don't have to take the same power, and I'm not gonna. You can take different things. However, it might change who you'd kind of be, who you might be not in the future. It's up to you. We generally have an idea where your powers are. It shouldn't be a problem. We can get them right back in one form or another. However, it might be a little tricky for the one that's trying to pretend to be dead in the corner.
Ian?
Huh? What?
The thing is, he was never
He's still alive.
he was never given a power, right?
Nope.
He
I
was-
was just beaten.
He was beaten and then turned into something else.
I look up and say, so was I.
Yeah. But they perfected a little better for you. He was the first one. Which unfortunately made he was the guinea pig.
That sounds about right.
And also it is possible to bring out a form of powers by unfortunate levels of stress.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time. Whatever.
That's probably why you had powers for a while, Mr. Erickson. So,
He just kind of stares
What's that
off.
whisper?
how are you all feeling right now? You need some rest, or you ready to go right now?
I need my powers.
How
Yeah.
far do we have to go for these?
Well, without the van, it's gonna be trickier.
Can I just lay here and die?
No, stop being a little bitch, kid. Get up.
Ian.
He does not move.
I grab him and force him up.
Do you let go of him as soon as you force him up?
No, I mean, I know you're gonna fall back
Okay,
down.
so he's doing that thing where it's like the kid when you try and pull it up, but they're just like, no, I'm
Take
not
a
going to
limp.
use my legs. I'm not using my legs.
Okay, I want to throw him on my back again.
PTSD.
I'm still holding Ashley.
Ashley's thinking really hard right now.
Kid,
About whether she wants her powers.
you see,
back.
you see Martin walks over towards Ian. Kid, you can either be useful, or you can get out.
Ian looks him dead in the eyes and then says, "Where's the exit?"
Oh,
He
fuck.
nods towards the door.
Okay, I stop Ian. I slam him into the wall. I'm like, you're not going anywhere. We're getting out of this together.
What's the point, though?
I
Ian,
have
don't
spent
you want to
too
see your
long
family again?
searching for you.
You know, kid, I thought all of you were heroes. I thought all of you'd want to do that again. I guess I was wrong about some of you. You can make
All
a
of
good
them are
real bit of
heroes.
distance. But you don't want to do any of that, huh? Want to be a lazy
I
piece
never
of shit?
considered.
Lazy punk? Huh?
All right, you need to back off.
I'll back off when I have reason to.
Calm down.
Shush.
Do you or do you not want
Shh,
to
shh,
go
shh, shh.
back and see your family?
I will deal with this, bitch.
You see that he slaps you right across the face as soon as you say that. You don't talk that way to a woman. You don't talk that way about
I
anybody.
wasn't referring to her. I was referring to you. She's fine.
Why'd you look at her when you say it?
Well, I didn't think that part through.
You don't think a lot of things through, huh, kid? You're regretting your decision already for acting like a little punk. Stop acting
No,
like a
not really.
child. Stop acting like a child and we can get this on the road, huh?
Well, I mean, I am a child.
No, you're not anymore. You've seen too much.
Oh,
Whatever.
Steve.
And he just walks away.
No, you don't.
No,
Daniel,
not towards the door.
Into the wall.
Just not towards the door.
no,
just-
Daniel is, I think, just
No,
not
no,
letting you
don't
move.
Walk.
If you want,
pinned against the wall.
yeah, that's why he was able to slap you.
Mm.
So if you want to
Can I-
get away, you have to roll a d20, both of you.
I'm escape.
Okay.
He's out of there.
He just pushes your arm up and slips underneath you and just kind of walks a little way.
Okay, I guess you could say I wasn't really like.
Because you were a little distracted at
keeping him
Thomas
there, I was
Martin.
just holding him there. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm. He just slips away though. Just kind of shrugs you off.
Are you sure about this, Ian?
There's no response.
Ian, your parents are waiting for you. We
Still
need to
no
go.
response.
Oh boy, got tense.
Don't worry, we can drop
Let
him.
him-
We can drop him off by the hospital on the way. She'll be glad to
good
see
to
him
me.
back.
But trouble anyways.
Okay, let's keep going.
I guess.
All right. The way I see it, we got 2 ways to get there. Take some time to make some disguises for all of us, or we go in smaller groups and we go the same path to look less suspicious. Which one do you think? I'll put this one to a vote.
Are there normally
Disguises.
large
Daniel
groups
isn't even
moving around?
participating. He's just kind of brooding right now.
There's
thinking.
usually not a lot of people walking on the streets.
How
They'll
would
probably
this guys
be
help
looking
then?
for us.
Well, there are people, but, not a ton. And also, I figured if we're gonna be in a large group, probably shouldn't look like the people that just broke out of prison. Well, hospital.
Yeah, I meant to ask this earlier. Is my hair brown or white?
Yeah, completely brown.
Okay.
Does Jeffrey still have his scars?
Nope.
I'll need a bucket with eye holes in it.
God.
Wait,
That's not.
If
That's,
we're gonna do disguises.
Well, that confirms any suspicions.
you
Daniel
see,
had.
he just puts like he just face palms a little bit and just like, ay, 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 ay.
Sorry, I'm
Um,
feeling uncomfortable. This is a new area. I need
Small
something that
groups
me.
would probably be better if not a lot of people go walking around.
This is very true. Unless we could disguise ourselves entirely as a giant or whatever. I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah, I was trying to think the same thing.
You don't happen to have a giant friend who could put us in this palm and smuggle us out, do you?
No, you see, those types of people are kind of hard to convince that this is a valid option. They're not the brightest. Either way, it'll take me a little bit of time to make the disguises. Because, I gotta use my powers to create them,
Okay.
Well, I guess we could go in small groups then, but wouldn't we still need disguises anyways?
We could probably get by with just some, hoods and stuff like that if we're in small
This
groups.
is true.
Let's do that then.
You guys are like thinking full on disguises, like changed person completely.
The faster we get our powers, the better our way of getting out here will be.
Thing is, it's
You said that-
it's a large city, so we weren't planning on staying here long. But we got safe houses in most of the districts, But the farther we can move away from it, the harder it will be for us to find, and the more that we can kind of just slide back into society, right under the noses. As long as we're not too obvious, we should be fine. At least for a while until we need to make our next move.
You said that there was things you could give us to help us out with powers or something. I didn't fully catch it.
There's things that I can I'll be able to help you make sure you get the right powers back and you're not getting some random flashlight thing that makes your nose glow.
Okay.
So, or something that's quite deadly. But, for now, your bodies can probably only hold one power. So as soon as you pick one, and it starts latching onto you, that's all.
Oh, okay.
So we ready to go?
Add on.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
Kid, you coming?
Sure.
All right.
He's making progress.
I didn't want to have to take a second trip to drop him off anyway. Let's go. You see, he peeks outside. All right. I'm gonna just look around. Spock, get him to disguises, all right? Gendo, boss. You see, he walks in the back room. You see, Thomas goes outside and starts just kind of casually walking around. And you see Spark goes into the back room. And he comes back out with a bunch of different black hoodies, black zip hoodies, and he hands one to everybody. And he has a bunch of different sizes. He also has some black scarves as well. If all of you could put one of these on.
Ashley grabs the largest size and places it on her.
It's huge. It goes down to her knees.
It's a scarf?
And no, the sweater.
Sweater.
Oh,
Those
okay.
zip-up sweaters.
The scarves are all one size. Just use the scarf to kind of hide your face a little bit. Don't make it too suspicious.
Athena's gonna use the scarf to kind of bundle some of her hair to make it look shorter and wrap her hair up in it.
That works, but you kind of want to hide your face a little bit. Your hair's gonna
Well,
be
she's
underneath
gonna
the
do
hood.
that too.
The hair's gonna be underneath the hood. You don't need to do that.
I put on
She's still gonna do it.
I put on a hoodie that's a little bit too small and then a scarf.
Hey, you want a larger size, miss?
I'm fine.
All right, we got a bunch of sizes, Hey, whatever.
I have a question.
Oh yeah.
How do I know my shirt size?
He looks at you, kind of a strange look, just like, what do you mean? What shirt size do you wear?
I don't know.
Give her a small.
All right. He tosses a small at Arya and just kind of you catch it. And just all right. He tosses you a scarf as well.
You know, you do sound familiar. You from a certain part of town?
You know, I'm actually from. I am from the same world as you, but I don't know what time. What year is it for you guys?
What year is it for us?
2187, I think.
Yeah,
I could be a little off. Oh, guy. God damn. You know, I haven't caught up with anything like that. It's actually, I was from the same world, but I was from the 1920s.
Oh,
Just sound familiar is all.
You know, I thought about reincarnating once, but you know, after all that, this garbage is going down. Nah, not gonna be doing that. All right, so everybody's got the scarves, everybody's got the jackets. All right. I think we're good. Thomas should be back in any moment now. You see, Thomas does kind of slide back inside. All right, the coast is clear. We should be fine if we move quickly. All right,
Okay.
we're gonna go in separate groups of 3. All right, each one of you can hopefully at least be with one of us, so you know where to go. I'll be going last with whoever wants to go. Actually, he looks at Ian. You and Erickson, you're coming with me. All right.
Daniel just nods.
Why don't we have Ashley and Athena? Why don't you go?
Okay.
Why don't you go with Sparky?
Actually nods.
Athena's gonna give Sophia a hug before they.
All right.
split
What
off.
about
Mm-hmm.
Theodore? Why don't you go with Jeffrey and Arya? He just nods again. And Sophia, you go with the exploding witch over there. She just like gives you a thumbs up, like very energetically.
I just give her a smile with like the same energy.
I can tell the two of you will be great friends. All right, let's go. First
What's
group.
that?
Spark, you go first. All right, what we're doing? Let's go. You see, as he leads you out, he holds the door open for the two of you. And you fall out, and you just go down the street. And then the next group, to the next group. Last to go is Ian, Daniel, and Thomas. Yeah. Cover him up. Or Steinarr will be doing it. Sorry. He's the only person in the Roll20 that has his name Jared P instead of his actual name.
Oh, sorry. I probably should change that.
It just makes it confusing, so sorry, it was my bad.
It's okay.
Every episode I've noticed that. It's just all these cool characters.
Daniel Erickson, Ashley Moriana, Ian Edmonton, Athena Rose, Arya Becker, Jeffrey Hale, Sophia Dobson, Jared P.
Stop saying my name!
I'm gonna change your name to the Jared Mop.
No, don't.
His real name is actually Jared.
I restarted it. Maybe it changed it.
No, you have to
Nope.
go into the gear on the right.
Dog.
The cog on
I
the
did.
right. The display name. On the
Did you
top.
scroll down to the bottom and hit save changes?
No.
Like, look, I
No,
can,
hit
I
save.
can-
It's save name should be right underneath it.
Oh, well.
I knew that.
Silver Mop!
There we
There he
go.
There he
Look.
is.
So your
Jared
guys'
P.
group will go second last. Theodore goes second, and then Thomas heads out last with Ian and Daniel. So everybody make a perception check as you're walking through this vast city.
Oh, fudge.
Perception or just a die?
Nice, Arya.
Oh,
Nice.
whoops.
Who's
Yeah, die.
Greg?
Die, my bad.
Just a 20. Just a 20. You don't have your powers back yet.
Yeah, I really wish I did though.
Really? Come on. Why can't I roll well for
I'll
once
fill
in
you
my
in
life?
if I feel like it.
Can I take
Reload
the
your
7?
if you reload your page. No, you can take the 2. Why does it say Steiner's name is Greg now?
Because I switched it to Greg real quick. Okay, it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm back to Silver Bob.
I just got very confused. So Arya, use. All right, so for the most part, I'm using as a group, kind of just like what everybody sees. It's pretty decent. So you look around, and as you get to see, it's this very red kind of landscape. But it's not the only thing you see. It's just because there's a lot of red light that seems to be filing in from the distance on two different sides. So it kind of makes this almost this tunnel of light in a way, where certain areas of the city kind of are in a fairly bright, almost sunset-like light, and while the rest of it is in a shadow. And that's why there's a lot of those places. There's a lot of neon lights and things like that that break up all these colors. But looking up, you can see just as high of a city as the one looking out in front of you down the street. And there's various different holes and places above you, and there's places below you now. Looking down, it's very like vertigo inducing. It's almost sickening.
I can't brain right now.
It's very just all over the place. You see cars driving in various different directions, straight up, straight down, to the side, at various angles on seemingly some set paths that the drivers and the people around here seem to know. There's also people walking on various different surfaces. Like some of them are walking at a sideways angle to you. Some are walking upside down. As you look up directly above you, you see the platform directly above you is the buildings are connected, and there's people walking at a 180 degree, completely upside down from where you are now.
Neat.
And you see that as you approach the edge of the sidewalk that kind of drops off into nothingness, you see Spark take the two of you guys' hands and pulls you over the edge, and you just start going upwards. And your vertigo shifts, and you're flipped upside down. And now it's that you're upside down is now right side up, and you're on that platform, and you're walking the opposite direction you just were. And the rest of you the people behind you, you see this, and then you also do the same thing, and it's confusing, and makes your stomach churn a little bit for a second.
Oh, I got
This is freaky.
You see, you walk down, you see a couple other people are doing the same thing like it's normal. You keep walking forward, and it seems to be pretty casual way of life for a lot of people. As you approach, though, you notice that a lot of people seem very down. There's very little smiles on people's faces. While the sky and all the light around you seems red, it seems the expression on people's faces would be more akin to gray. There's not a lot of happiness, not a lot of life, not a lot of personality as well. What'd you say, Ashley?
I said I wouldn't be smiling if I was dead too.
You see there's very few people. You also notice, because there's children, which, when you think about it, what that must mean. And your heart seems to go to despair a little bit.
Stomach, to be honest, probably does not like this sight and this realization. She's probably like thinking too much in her own head, and she's not looking well.
You see the person you're walking with, Theodore. He puts a big hand on your shoulder. He's like, "Don't worry. You'll make it right again. This place wasn't like this before. We will do good. Both of us. Sound like a plan?" He lets the shoulder go. So, as all of you with heavy hearts, you see that Spark pulls you into an alley and lets the rest of the parties catch up. All right. We're not too far away from the warehouse, all right? It's heavily guarded. It's going to be dangerous. Okay? We're going to go in. We're going to cause a distraction. We have powers that we can get out, no problem. You're going to have to stealth in, be quiet. If anything happens, you see it pulls out a bag. All of you take one of these. You see it's those same blasters from before. If you don't have one already. Well, you can't really take two, because how are you going to pump it?
True.
I'll take one.
You just alternate arms just really quickly.
I already have one, right?
Yeah, if you have one, you have one.
Sounds good.
Finally,
Just-
a weapon.
So, be careful. When you're inside, you see also hands out these rose things to everybody except for Steinarr and Arya. You can contact me. Alright, just put your finger up, push it down a little bit, and just say my name. The Alchemist.
How are we supposed to know what to grab?
I'll explain it to you, and also you'll be able to see it, sense it, in a way. Except for Mop and Arya, it'll just be like an item on a pedestal. Just grab it.
I could definitely sense. The reason I got it was because I sensed it.
Yeah, you'll be almost drawn to it. But however, don't think that means you have to take the same power. If something else calls to you, or you see something that you think you can make better use of, don't be afraid to take that chance. We all gotta take some risks here.
Just had a
Oh,
horrible
boy.
idea.
And then-
No.
Don't you dare take the water power!
I just.
Also, be careful. You seem like some good people from what I've read about. Sure, you made some mistakes. We always try to do the right thing to save your city. Save everyone and your friends.
Ian puts his head down.
Ashley is still not looking at anyone and looking down in
I-
heavy thought.
I know some of you might think there's no redemption for you. But how about making a whole world fair? Making everyone's life fair. They might never know you helped them. But it's a possibility I'm hoping for.
Everything should be fair.
I agree. You ready?
Hell yeah.
Sophia nods.
Let's do it.
So, wait for the alarms to go off. That's when you go around back. There's to be a fence link that's broken. Look for it, push in, find the back door. There will be 2 guards. You won't be able to sneak by them. You can take a couple good shots. They should be down in no time.
Okay.
We can do this. You all can. He looks at every one of you. His intense eyes, dark eyes looking at you. He smiles.
Thank you.
I'll see you inside.
Thank you.
Actually, no, I wait. No, I won't. I'll see you outside. After you get your powers.
There you go.
After you get out, those guys that were fighting you, those guards, they'll be pushovers. Try to knock them out. Only kill the ones if it's mandatory. These guys are not good-hearted by any means. They all know what people are in for. Basically, think
Gotcha.
corrupt government workers. All right. Now let's go. He claps his hands
Jeffrey Hoppin-
once, and you see his form starts to change a little bit. You see his suit changes into what seems to be these metal ringed armor that kind of has a spiraling pattern and green stripes that go up different, kind of the same pinstripe pattern on it, up until he has a metal mask that looks exactly like his face. It's very eerie.
Oh, I was really expecting you to describe Poke's avatar.
Not quite. No. So he gives you a nod, and the 4 of them run off. Listen for the alarm.
Okay. Ian, Jeffrey, and Mop should probably take front. Sophia,
Why me?
Arya, and Ashley in the middle. Me and Daniel will take up the rear.
Oh, yeah, let's have the child be in the front. That's a great idea.
Mm.
I don't know if our old strategies will still work here.
It's more just to have people to watch the sides and back.
Well, this is true.
Is that the alarm? It's a very swinging alarm.
You're sitting there, intensely waiting, and you hear a go from the inside of the compound. Is the whole ground just shakes, and there's rocks and rubble falling around you a little bit, just little pieces.
I almost fall over.
And then all of a sudden,
Go.
Go, 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 go,
I
go, go, go.
need all of you to roll me a d20.
Please, can we get a second roll? Oh my gosh.
Well, look at our rolls, guys.
Okay.
I think our
I
rolls are
rolled-
great,
I rolled,
specifically mine.
This is important.
6 as well.
Zune, refresh your page. Same as Sophia and Arya and
Oh
Mop.
my goodness.
Okay.
I'll just,
Can I, like, take someone with me because I rolled nat 20.
So, you guys all make it up, and Ian actually stops all of you right around the corner, seeing the guards as they've moved a little bit, and there's 3 of them.
Oof. 3 guards, guys. 3 guards.
He lied.
You lied to
He
us.
didn't lie. He probably
Didn't
assumed.
know.
They don't know you're there, though, as Ian stopped you just in time.
Ian. Firing squad, guys. Let's go.
Firing squad.
All right, hold on,
Agreed.
let me just do a little bit of a divider. All right, everybody go ahead and roll.
Everyone?
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody that's taking a shot.
Oh,
I
I don't...
refreshed the page and I got a 1.
Sophia.
Firing squad.
I refreshed the page and got a 1, purple. I don't think it wants me
Let's just
to
give it a
refresh
couple
anything
rolls.
purple,
Give it a couple
guys.
rolls. All right.
Wait, hold on.
I don't have a gun, so no.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't take one?
Okay, yeah, no.
That's why she's in the middle.
That makes sense.
Okay. You see as you all fire. Sophia, that's a test roll, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that was a test roll. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Jeffrey, Ian, Silver Mop, Arya, Daniel, and Athena all hit, and they're just and they fall down immediately.
Yes.
Did I shoot myself? In the
No,
they dead?
you
They're
actually
unconscious?
you went to fire and you like did the motion the wrong way and you pushed it off your hand and just like it got on the ground. You had to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Seems like me. Yeah, let's go.
Chain link on the fence.
Okay. So you
Or did we just blast a hole through the fence?
shot them through the fence. Now you just got to push through the fence.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
We pushed through the fence.
Okay, I need one of you to roll with advantage to see if you can find the broken part.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
look.
Okay, with advantage because people are helping you. Nice.
16.
16. Pretty good. All right, so you're able to find it. You're like, a couple people pass it, and you're like, here. As you push it open, you bend it, and then people start to crawl through, and you go through last. And you go back to where the guards were standing in front of the door, and that's where you are now.
Let's go in and find our powers.
Okay, you try the doorknob. It's
Shoot it
locked.
open.
It's locked.
Take the keys off the guards.
All right, Mop, do you shoot it?
Wait. Let's go with the
I mean, you did say you were gonna shoot it.
I said it
I
first.
said
Let's
it at
go.
the same time, though.
Shoot it, Super Mop.
Roll and shoot it.
Oh.
You see, you miss and you hit the door frame.
I help
I'm gonna look for the key.
All right, you go find the keys.
All right,
I liked his idea. Can I shoot
Athena,
it?
yeah, you shoot it. Go ahead, Athena. Roll with advantage.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
He rolled a 1.
That rolled from a 20 to a 2.
People were standing in my way. I couldn't reach over. Yeah.
You're just like, and then Athena steps in front of you, and you're like, God. And the other person steps in front of you. You're like, fuck it, whatever. And Athena, you do find the keys on the guard one of the guards.
I'm gonna open the door with the keys.
You open it up, and now it's good. And you're able to
Okay.
get inside.
I'm
I
gonna peek
run
inside.
in.
Do we see anyone?
Athena, roll a d20.
Nope. Don't see shit.
Someone else
I
roll.
want my sheet back.
Nope.
I said I'd run in, so I'm already in.
Okay, you're inside.
Oh my
It's
Dude,
kind of
what the heck?
Oh, my
We
God.
can't roll d20s.
We were like all tried to push in at once and it didn't work.
There's a 20. Ashley got it.
What does Ashley see?
okay.
Wow, that's
Purple?
So as you get inside, the first thing you see is walking towards you, seemingly questioning the noise. You see a guard.
Oh,
Shoot him!
Firing squad.
stop everyone! Guard!
Okay. What do
I'm
you-
going
what-
up and I'm shooting him.
Okay, go ahead. Roll an attack.
Same.
Ian, please! Oh,
Ian
I'm also
rolls
shooting.
forward, hits him.
Nope.
Sophia hits him. Athena doesn't. Daniel does. Arya misses, just barely. He's a, he falls to the ground, making a loud noise as he does. What was that? You see the sound of more footsteps approaching,
just
not
run,
running.
Just run, let's go.
Get
So-
your powers quick.
All right, I need
I
all of
ju-
you
I
to
just-
roll. I need all of you to roll a stealth check.
Oh, like an actual stealth
No.
check?
Ugh.
I'm booking it.
Mop,
why
mop,
am I
mop.
so-
Come on!
Mop, you've never been stealthy.
I was stealthy earlier. I was like, I rolled perfect. Not perfect, but better.
Okay.
First, a
I'm
group
not
stealth
used to
check.
my body.
Group stealth check. It's all a general. So you got 11, 19, 18, 12. Got some bad rolls. It's not a great stealth, but it's not terrible. So you all start to sneak by, getting around the backside away from them. They're over inspecting that area, seeing the guard that's knocked down, and seeing they don't check the door outside though. You then seem drawn. Who's in front right now?
Me and Mop.
Well,
Me
I
and Mop and
rolled-
Sophia.
I jumped in front of everyone, so wouldn't I?
I
be in
rolled
front?
the 20 so that I could see everything. So.
Okay.
I kind of just booked it, so.
All right, I'm gonna say Sophia, Ashley, and Ian. All roll me d20s. Okay. You see as Ian starts to step forward to you, seemingly drawn to a specific direction. He's pulling you all forward. And running forward, and he takes you around a couple turns, dodges a couple guards for you, says stop as one passes in front of you, and then you go back where he was just a moment ago. You make it by, and you see another guard, two of them talking, looking down at a balcony now that you just climbed up to, and they seem to be standing in front of a door. And Ian's like, that's where we need to go.
Okay.
2 guards.
Firing squad.
Squad, part 3!
Every time, guys.
You
Okay.
got
this.
Oh boy.
Well,
Oh boy.
There we go.
Okay.
Two guards.
I give up on you.
I'm not shooting. I see those 2 shots. I'm not
I'm
shooting.
not even bothering.
So
Fire-
Sophia, starting to get a hang of it now. Right in the face. He just,
I already
he's
had
down.
the hang of it, so.
Ian, you shoot a second guy. Last second,
It's so
changing your
short.
direction to hit another one. They're down. Arya hits him, and as well as Jeffrey for good measure.
And then
And Daniel hits the door.
Daniel.
He shot right in between the two, just barely.
He's too used to the
Sprinting
guns.
for the door.
No, I'm lightheaded
Go for
and
the
like
door.
I'm not used to this body.
We going in.
He didn't eat anything, so he's hungry.
Yeah.
We go in. The door.
As you hear another explosion that shakes the whole building. And you see more guards are rushing outside away from you.
Okay.
I'm going into the door.
Get the fuck in there.
Going in.
Go.
Wait. Wait, I'm gonna.
Okay.
We gotta contact the guy. Oh, yeah.
The earphone thing.
Yeah, that thing.
we're in.
Okay, I guess I'll do it.
I don't do that. He doesn't like me.
I'll go, so I'm gonna hit the thing in my ear
Mm-hmm. You push
and
it.
just say, I think we're at the room.
You see it, nothing was transmitted.
You gotta say his name.
The
Yeah.
alchemist, I think we're at the room.
I'll be there in just a second.
Okay.
If anything, go in. If you find your power without me, grab it. It's a little crazy out here.
We're gonna push in.
Okay. You go inside. Using the same set of keys. A different one this time, but you're able to push in.
Am I drawn to anything in this room?
You see, you are. I need everybody to roll a d20.
Oh, this is just.
God.
Oh, my goodness!
Jesus.
Can I? What the heck is this? I want to go back to my
I
physical
think I'm
dice.
infecting everybody. What if I just try and roll?
Wait, hang on. This doesn't count as my roll, but I'm gonna see. Yep, it's soon. It's soon.
It's me.
I get an 18.
Nope.
No, you get
Okay,
another.
Steinarr, you're screwed.
So Ashley, you see that you're having a hard time kind of seeing Athena and Sophia. You immediately dart towards what you sense to be. You find something. You're not sure what it is. It just seems to be Athena for you, a bluish kind of energy, and Sophia, a kind of a similar blue but a little bit darker.
Ashley lingers at the door, by the way. She's not actively trying to look for anything. She's kind of just feeling and just staying there.
Jeffrey, you feel yourself drawn a little bit away from everyone else's. Moving towards it. Steinarr, Arya, Ian, Daniel. Ashley, as I said, you don't quite feel anything yet. You're kind of, except for Ashley, kind of meandering about the space a little bit.
Can I
Can-
jump and grab it?
So everybody that didn't find something, or didn't feel sufficient with the answer, roll again, if they'd like.
Oh my god!
Fudge!
I already got it.
Fudge!
I feel like I'm having troubles because I kind of in my heart I feel like I don't deserve the silver mop. Because being said that I was like I've killed people and I didn't even know, which means I don't have control of my powers.
I'm gonna grab mine too.
But the guy
Fuck.
said that he was lying about stuff too.
Yes,
He
but
did.
You heard
it
that.
also
Conflicted.
like it still got to me. Like
Mhm.
is I don't know.
Daniel,
Xuhn,
he just
roll
kinda,
your
like,
roll a
drops
normal
to his
dice.
knees.
Roll a normal dice.
Rolling, like,
Yeah, as well as
just another d20.
no, like roll an actual dice.
Can I roll an actual
Oh,
dice?
In
Yeah.
real life? Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Come on.
Oh, watch
come
me
on.
get a 1. I got a 5.
You just suck. It's not the dice. It's not roll 20. You just suck at rolling. You suck at RNG.
Hey, I got a 14 that time.
Okay, I'll let you have the 14. just
I
for pity.
got a 17, because
Nice.
apparently I can only roll real dice.
I just rolled and I got 11. Well,
Okay.
not in the chat.
In the
This
chat.
is
Okay.
bull.
I
So-
did it!
It takes you guys a while. Arya, you immediately feel something nearby, and you walk towards it. And it takes a while, but even Ashley, who's hesitant, kind of without thinking, winds up in front of what you feel to be your power. I'm gonna go down the line. Silver mop. You see your mop in front of you. Do you take it?
Music just got really bad again. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Out of all these powers, I mean like I was thinking about looking for puddle boys
Oh.
Oh.
just to like
Does your character think that? Does that thought cross
it
your mind?
crosses my mind because his power I feel like it's safer.
You feel a tug to your right.
Oh.
Oh,
Now I gotta make a choice.
And you see it on the end of the small hall down the way. You see this almost like moving vortex in a DNA almost pattern of water. It's in
Oh.
like this glass container.
Okay, here's another thought. Do you think I could take it, not by absorbing it, but just taking it after I take the mop?
After the mop, it would be about as tall it'd be the height of the mop from knees up. It's very large.
Can I attempt to take both powers?
You could try.
Okay, I'm taking the mop.
Okay, you grab the mop. You immediately feel the power rush through your body and just you're back to your super strong self, and it feels invigorating. Like you just ran a marathon and you didn't break a sweat.
Oh, I've missed this.
Let out the
And Daniel,
laugh.
you look over and you see this.
I'm just like.
And I start flexing.
Forget
what I just thought.
Instantly.
All right, I'm gonna start walking over to Puddle Boy's power.
Okay.
I'm so stressed out right now. I'm pulling out. Do I need to roll for this?
I need you to roll a wisdom check on the mop's page.
Oh, I get my power. Ooh!
Please.
I'm pulling it back. Okay,
Come on.
I gotta pull it up real quick because I don't have enough
Come
wisdom.
on, come on.
Oh boy.
I'll look away so that you get better luck.
Actually, okay. Oh, let's see. Okay,
Oh, no.
you see that you're drawn towards it still a little closer. I need you to roll me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ah!
You see that it's like you want to, but you're not sure if you should. Something's blocking you. I need you to roll a Constitution check.
Const?
Constitution.
Oh, come on!
please.
I need you to roll a Charisma check. I need you to roll a dexterity check.
Oh god.
Please.
I need you to roll a constitution check. Again.
Why?
Oh!
Wait, that's the wrong page. You're on
No,
Steinarr. You're not on
it
Mop.
is no, it's sorry, it's
Because we
the,
have to
it's the
change the
as
name.
thing at the bottom.
I need you to
It's
roll. I need you to roll a final strength check.
Oh, come on.
Please let him have it.
I just want a little bit of this powers. I just want Puddle Boy with me.
So you feel anger. It just you know you have to. You just break it open with your mop, and you feel your whole body stiffen. You feel pain throughout your body. You feel weakened. You're dropping down to your knees. I need you to make a strength check.
Does anybody see this?
Everybody sees this all of a sudden as they're looking. You see, it's just you force yourself back up. And you see,
This is intense.
you see that within the power of your body and your mop, you feel something that wasn't there before. As you swish your mop around, you see that a trail of water goes around.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
But then, however, you fall. You see yourself losing consciousness, and you fall backwards. And everybody sees the form of Mop onto the ground.
Oh. No,
Actually,
don't do it.
Ha. Ha.
Only my tears.
Just passes out with a laugh.
Oh shoot.
Oh, fudge, that was intense.
The
Very-
music and everything. Oh my god. All right, that's it for me.
All right,
Oh boy.
Daniel.
Oh boy.
You feel yourself step among this globe of glass that inside of it has two orbs roaming around, seeming almost like a jellyfish. This golden color and this black, almost chasing each other, swirling in circles. You see it before you. You take it.
Okay, so. I mean, what he knows and what he's comfortable with. Yeah. He just watched what Mop did. And he's just baffled and confused why he did it. And he reaches over and just grabs his power.
You see, as you put your hand on the globe, you see that your other hand is almost drawn to it.
Oh,
You see as the orbs go through the glass into your arm, and they feel them glow in the both colors. You see they go over all the way up to your mouth. It forces you to look upwards. Your eyes open. They glow in that same color for a second. You feel the power, Thorny, your strength, your quickness, your abilities.
What strength?
No, more like the lack thereof strength.
And just for fun, roll an acrobatics check.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, here we go. Acrobatics. Boom.
You see, just because
Okay, really?
you flip off the wall and then land in front of you doing a backflip. You feel strong, you feel better now though. Like you feel
He feels weak.
invigorated.
He's like rolling his shoulders and like flicking his arms, like swaying back, like side to side, back and forth and stuff, and like feeling better, a lot better.
Jeffrey. You feel like even though you can see the rest of your party, your power drew you a little bit away from the rest of the group. You see that your power is in this, behind this chest. You can't see inside of it, but you know it's there. What do you do?
He's gonna try to open the chest.
You see, you do. As you put your hand near it, it pops open. The latch clicks and opens. Inside, you see this metallic-like liquid. It seems to be rippling, even though there is no reason it should. Every once in a while, you swear you see a figure or a form inside of it. A face, an eye, a little figurine almost popping out of it and then disappearing.
The silver puddle.
Jesus.
Let him have his moment, alright?
Sorry.
And he's gonna grab it.
So you put your hand into it, and you see it burns. As the liquid is hot metal, and it burning your skin almost as you can't get it off of you, and it crawls up your arm. And see as it goes up, it gets on the other arm, and as it does, scars begin to go across your arms. You feel them as you before, and it's all each one a memory, a terrible memory, comes back.
Ah!
You feel that as it crawls all the way up into and it seems to hook into your mouth, and it burns your throat. You're forced to remember all the things about your past, none of them good.
God!
But you feel alive. You feel because of these pasts. You know who you are. All right. Sophia. It takes you a little bit longer, even though you had a good pull from it. Where you thought it would be. You end up being drawn to it, but not maybe as much as the others. And you find it. But you almost feel, for moments and times, you feel almost drawn to something else. But then you keep focusing back to this space. You see a small bell with a piece of paper attached to it from string and a piece of card. It says Sophia. An iron bell that looks to be made of gold and silver with a black handle. What do you do?
Remembering my past of how much the dog form had screwed with my life, and remembering how it brought me to become stronger, to tolerate, to accept, and to protect, I take the bell.
You take it. You hear a gling, 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 gling. And you get startled and a gasp leaves your mouth. It's the same bell that always would ring at your mother's dog shop. Tling, 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 tling. As you ring it, you can feel ears start to grow around you, in your face, the dog's snout, as well as the tail. And it makes you happy, as well as sad, and you feel your quickness, your speed, your movement. You feel the need, you want to run, you want to go, you want to help, you want to protect, you want to be with your friends. And that's what you do if you'd like.
Yep. I'll bolt over to Silver Mop to see if he's alright.
Yeah, you're checking on him, and you lick his face a little bit, and you feel that he's in pain, but at peace at the same time. He's happy and he's sad. It's just everything contradiction of happiness and sadness, pain and comfort is all running through his mind right now. Ian.
Oh, fudge.
You see that while you were the first person in, the first person to kind of get a bead on one of the things that you wanted, you see you're drawn before something that Seems
Oh, it's
almost
because it's stickies in his mind.
it's almost impossible. You feel something nagging at the back of your brain in a different direction, but you haven't followed it yet. You see something that almost looks demonic. It's a pair of wings that are in front of you with a pair of scales, almost like a skin. And there's a pair of horns with it. And you feel that you're searching for what you once were as the robot person. And every time you focus on it, it draws you to here. And it scares you. You also feel something different, drawing you in a different direction.
I'm gonna follow it.
See, it's painful and it's difficult, but you turn away from whatever this is. You turn towards something, and you see there's a packet of something on a little table. You pick it up, and you immediately drop it down. As you see, there's this packet of slime. There's a mix of it.
Ooh.
And on it, as you turn it over, you see Sticky's face. Sketched into it like a little icon.
Ian stares at it, breathing heavy, almost like he's having a panic attack, but not quite there yet.
You see, as you do, you still feel heavily drawn to the old self that you were. That was the demons, the horns, the skin, the claws.
Can I pick up the slime again?
You see, it's not that heavy.
What happens when I pick it up, though?
You feel the warmth, the laughter Sticky brought. As you shake it, you almost can hear it in your head.
All right,
And the first time in a long time, you feel a tear slip down your face.
The first time in ever.
First
I'm
time that
gonna
you can
go
remember.
with the slime back over to the demonic thing.
You see, as you bring it there, you see almost the two are kind of conflicting. You see the bag shakes a little bit, as well as the things on the table begin to.
I keep going.
You're right up again in front of it now. They're on the table in front of you.
Fudge. So, oh no.
Seem
So
to be
I'm
at
looking
odds,
at
like
this.
two ends of a magnet, a strong magnet. You can't quite push them together. They always are trying to get away from each other.
Sticky, why you hate me? I want to reach out and take it, but is this the right option here? I have the sticky slime, all right, in my hand still, and I'm also up against the demonic thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna be Silver Mob too.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the demon.
So, there's only a couple people that can actually see Ian at the moment. One of them being Athena, the other one being Ashley. From two different spots. Not too far away from each other, but they can see him. They see as he picks up this demon horn. Ian, you see your whole body tense, and a flash of scales, of black scales go down your body. You see your whole body tense up and it hurts. You're drawn in almost to a fetal position. You drop the bag of slime. It doesn't spill though.
No.
And
No.
Ashley and Athena, and Ian, you feel it. You see horns sprout from him, going backwards like a devil. Your whole eyes just go black, and there's blood, black blood drips from your ears and your mouth. You feel yourself shudder every bad memory, except they're different. You see Sticky. You see him hating you. You see your mother, your father hating you. Your friends, Athena, Arya, Sophia, Jeffrey, Arya, everyone hating you. However, there's other things that come back as well. Your memories from your past. Things that you thought you could never remember again come flooding back through you. You see the mother, your time at the facility, everything. It's overwhelming. And all of a sudden, you pass out. And as Athena And Ashley,
No, I want to eat the
Yeah, I
slime.
want to rush towards him.
you see him as he passes out. His body goes back to looking like Ian. And the scales, the horns are gone.
And then I
Can't,
stop
like,
midway.
mutter
Like,
But
one
there's-
last thing.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah,
What?
you can. What do you say?
Can I mutter the last thing? Put the slime in my mouth.
Slime in my
I'm
mouth.
gonna do it.
yeah, I'm gonna help.
I'm gonna do it.
However-
Last thing I utter
I was
before I
rushing
pass
towards
out.
him.
However, Athena, as you walk over to him, you see the only thing that didn't change back, his eyes are completely black.
Oh shit.
They're just
Is
looking
he-
at you,
is he okay?
lifeless.
Can I
Voids.
run over to the table and grab mine first before I do this?
You see you have the slime in your hand, and you see that yours
Oh.
is a good bit away.
I
I'm
grab the
gonna
slime from
put it in
Athena's
his
hands and I shove it in Ian's mouth.
You see you pour
Yes.
it. Ian, roll me a d20
Hang-
to start.
hang-
Just a normal
Oh, just a
d20
regular d20.
to start.
Shit.
You see he
Okay,
starts
walking away.
he starts coughing and choking.
Put it in there.
You're unconscious for the most part.
Keep going.
You see as Ashley, you're just pouring this whole thing in. It's about like 2 cups of just mix.
There's
And
too
it's,
much.
it's turning
It's
into this,
hurting him.
this
Going,
green
please.
green gel. Caroline, do you continue to pour or do you stop?
Uh,
Roll
I
me
yell
sanity.
that towards Athena though. It's too much. I think I'm hurting him.
No. Keep going, please, please,
No,
please.
Jonas.
That's what he would have wanted. What he would have chose.
And I keep pouring.
You
What
see
is
there's, like,
it?
2
What
cups
is
just
it?
kind of sitting in his throat.
Slime.
And I
Alright,
close his mouth.
Ian.
They're trying to like have him.
Roll me a Constitution check as your
swallow
help
it.
as Ashley's helping you get this down.
Me?
Yeah, Constitution
okay.
to start.
Just to check.
Mm-hmm.
Fudge, my constitution shit.
Roll a
That was with
roll,
advantage,
roll a
right?
wisdom. That one was with advantage because of Ashley.
Oh. Okay, and then roll a wisdom check.
Mm-hmm. Now intelligence. Now charisma. Now dexterity.
Oh, what is that dexterity?
Now strength.
No.
And
Ugh.
one final skill from the skills portion of your choosing. You see,
I got
I
him.
was across the room throughout that entire thing. Oh god.
you see, as Ashley, you see him start to swallow, and it goes down his throat.
Oh, he's taking it. He's taking it.
You see his whole body start to feel clammy, and just kind of almost it feels like his skin is dripping apart, just falling.
Ian.
He looks like he's melting. You see his open, black, lifeless eyes start to flicker almost.
And I touch
they-
his face. Ian.
And then
Ian.
it's slimy and just disgusting.
Oh, gross. Oh, Ian, please, Ian.
You see his eyes change to green. But he doesn't move.
I done messed up.
Arya,
Oh no.
you see that while you were peeking at Jeffrey the whole time to see where he was getting off to, you don't see him at first, and then you catch him and he seems fine at the time. Then you get turned towards yours, and you see it. You see there's one thing you expect it to be something more, something different. You see a hearing aid. One that would go in for both ears. Like the one that you got towards the end when the superhero made it for you. Just sitting on a small pedestal. You see in the middle of the 2 of them is that same earring. You also know what might happen when you take it.
She's gonna walk to the hearing aids and the earring.
You're right in front of them now. They look like they're made to fit your ears.
Okay, she's gonna put the earring on first.
You see, you clip that on, as soon as you do, you hear an intense ringing in your ears that just gets louder and louder and louder and louder until you can't hear anything, and it hurts, and your hands go up to your head and your eyes water. It's just the pain, and it rings around you. You can't see anything of how much pain this is. It's ringing, and you able to open your eyes as it stops. And you feel your voice stronger than it was just previously, back to the way it was. You know, because you're not that surprised. You can't hear anything. As you feel dripping down from your ears is just a line of blood.
So I'm able to feel like the blood?
You're able to feel the blood dripping out of your ears.
You
can't hear anything. You feel your powers rush into you. You feel this power in your voice come back.
She well, she's in pain. Like
You're in pain, but it doesn't. You feel almost stronger, better than you were before. You felt weaker then, more in pain then than you do now. The ringing hurt, but you feel more confident almost.
she's then gonna get her hearing aids.
You put them on. Blood kind of had to get that out of the way, and you put them and you can hear decently well, but not as well as you could just a moment ago.
And she's just like,
It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. You're used to this. You're used to this.
and she just walks.
And you end up walking towards Jeffrey, who's now kneeling on the ground, looking at the scars on his hand.
Well, little concerned Ari is gonna run to Jeffrey. Like,
You
are
rush
you
up to him.
okay?
Everything came back.
What do you mean?
Just everything.
Like, did it hurt for you too?
Kinda looks up for you.
And with that, Ashley, it takes you a very long time.
Oh, I'm with Ian still. I wasn't with.
Okay, you see Ian. He seems to be stable, and then you're pulled back towards that central area. You see, you almost feel pulled in a couple directions, but the main one you feel is right in front of you.
Now what do I feel?
You feel almost a beating. As you feel it pull towards the direction, the same kind of hunger for blood. Almost the smell of it, even though you know it's not there. It fills your nostrils. Pulls towards you, almost luring you. Demanding you come closer.
No.
You feel these other pulls in different directions, and your mind flits to what Martin said. Might be a different power, it might be something else you could grab, but you feel overwhelmingly pulled towards this.
No.
Overwhelmingly pulled towards the hunger. Roll a wisdom check just on a d20.
I knew you were gonna fucking do that.
You feel it. You can't resist. You're pulled towards it even stronger. You see your feet walking towards it out of their own accord. Roll another.
I don't want this. No.
You see, you're able to stop yourself. Push back. Breathing heavy. The hunger is still there, the want, but you're able to resist it. You feel that you could try to step in another direction, away from it, to something else, to some other power. You're not sure. What do you do?
And she's in front of it, you said?
You see that you're walking towards this goblet. You
A
haven't
goblet.
quite seen what's in it. But you know that's what's calling to you.
Okay. With on her own accord now. She steps a little closer.
You step
she
a little
looks
closer
into the
to
goblet.
be able to see the goblet. Goblet is filled with blood.
No.
A thick, dark, black blood has bits of black, of rotting blood that's sat around on the edge, just drifting inside it a little. You desperately want to drink from it, but you know what would happen. You're not entirely safe with it.
And she sits down.
He sits down looking at it on the little bit of the table that's it's sitting on. What do you do?
She's like deadly staring at it. What are the other pulls that she's getting, by the way? Are they all just different ones from different direction, or are there actual ones that
There's
she like
3 or 4.
feels?
Ones from different directions, things, powers, things that she's dreamed about, things that her heart might want. You're not sure what they are fully.
And I want to look around. Who's near me?
Athena has kind of been moving towards you, but then she kind of was drawn back towards her own power.
Oh no, I gotta do this alone. I don't know. Oh boy.
As you see yourself staring at the cup, the goblet, monotonously, hypnotically, you can't help but wonder. It was fun to have that strength, right? It's fun to be that strong.
I don't want to be useless. I don't want to be weak.
Roll a wisdom check.
Again.
This time on your sheet.
Oh, okay.
Does it feel it calling to you?
Oh, just a wisdom? Oh, that's such a bad idea. Wisdom on my sheet is a really bad idea.
You
Roll
see
the same
though.
thing anyway.
You see. As you feel the hunger pull away towards you, the cup almost seems to inch towards you on the table. Then you remember, Puddle Boy. You remember the pain that Mop was in. Remember the pain you know you caused other people.
Oh.
I can't.
You need to make a decision.
I can't have this if I can't control it. I don't want to.
Athena, you see this now. You see her just in tears sitting in front of this goblet. And to you, it looks like a cup of water.
Ashley, what do you see?
She doesn't look at you, by the way. She's still looking very heavily at the goblet.
She can't turn away almost.
I don't want to be weak. But I did so many bad things with this.
Thomas said we could pick something else. What else is drawing you? You don't have to pick this.
I don't think I can.
Can I
And
go
with
over
that, it looks like she's probably fighting it, but not really. And she hovers her hand towards the goblet to pick it up.
You see her reach out almost in slow motion.
And she's crying, like it's like she's like heavy tears going down her face as she's doing this.
You see her reaching out slowly towards the goblet with both hands.
I'm gonna.
Athena, please.
Can I run over and tackle her away from it?
You're not. You're only like. You're not standing far from her at this point.
I'm gonna try to pull her away from it.
You see she resists and she just keeps sitting on the ground.
Do you want this power? I'm gonna look her dead in the eyes.
She's still not looking at you. She's still like eyes locked on the goblet.
My head is between you and the goblet. I'm basically sitting on top of you, like preventing you from moving. If you don't want this, you can pick something else.
I want to be strong.
Then find another one. Find something with super strength.
I don't deserve those.
And you feel
And with that,
two lights
she...
kind of pick up at the same time as you grab out again towards it, pushing Athena out of the way.
2 lights? What do you mean 2 lights?
2 lights in your head, almost like off to the side of 2 different things, 2 possibilities. As your hands
What
are
are
almost
they?
on the goblet, you get something. You know that both of them are strong, coming from something inside you. But then there's whispers of "you're not worthy."
Deserve them. I don't deserve them.
And then there's another side of you. You vaguely hear Athena saying, "No, you can take them." And a voice inside of you saying, "You can." But then there's this back and forth.
What's the voice inside me?
The voice inside you is saying, "Listen to yourself. Don't listen to this other voice. Be you. Be confident. Be strong."
I want to help so bad.
Obi's passed out.
I don't know.
Can Daniel find Ian at this moment?
Then you remember something. Something that Mop told you. It's about making the right actions going forward.
Something about mopping.
No,
And then something about mopping.
no, I can't take those. Those aren't my power. It's not me. And with that, this time she confidently grabs at the goblet.
You see, you pour it into your mouth, and you see, as you drink it, you can't stop. And it's almost drowning you how much you're drinking. You're just gulping more and more and more down. And every gulp, you see someone you killed. And another. And another.
There's
and
tears
another.
flooding
and
down
another.
her face.
An innocent face you've never seen before,
Halfway.
being drained of life in front of you. And then another. And another. Until you can't bear it anymore, but you can't stop. You can barely breathe until you're choking and gargling on this blood. And you see one final one. You see Puddle Boy.
Oh.
And you see almost as his face as you consume it. And you're standing there. There's blood wrapped around your arms, your blood in your eyes and your mouth, and you're taken by this hunger. But then you clench your fists, and you control it.
She yells out, but not in agony this time. In like a war cry, she yells out. Can I yell?
And everybody that's not unconscious hears this.
I rush in that direction.
You see her, this blood monster, this huge
Athena's on the floor
behemoth,
looking up at her.
the huge behemoth. Athena terrified of this, but also unwillingly so. You see, as everybody sees as Ashley is this 10-foot tall behemoth of blood tendrils in monstrous form. And then she shrinks down and slumps down to the ground.
She breathes heavily, like she breathes deeply. And then she slumps back down.
And Athena, you catch her on your with your hands as right before her head hits the ground and she goes unconscious.
Yeah, this is the part.
Can I attempt to wake up?
No,
No.
Not even with inspired action?
no.
Not even no.
Oh, but it's inspired action. We can
No,
do
you're
anything,
out.
fam. Okay, fine. Whatever, Xuhn.
There's one more person.
Athena's turn.
Last,
Yeah.
but not least, Athena. You're sitting there with Ashley, seeing all your friends gather towards you. all the ones that are asleep right now as well. You feel heavily drawn to your powers. You're almost scared as what's to come if you take them. You see them only a little ways off. What do you do?
Athena's gonna lay Ashley's head down gently and stand up and walk over to them.
You lay her down. You see this blue light that swirls and changes patterns into an eye, into a hand, into a gun, into a heart, into a skull. This floating light's almost like blue fireflies flickering around above this pedestal. What do you do?
She's gonna take a deep breath and grab it.
You see, as a shotgun blast goes off, you're no longer in the same place. You see Sophia, the first time you ever saw her. You see her after a long time. You see getting your first job. Happiness. You see things that you did with Sophia together, becoming friends, becoming maybe more than that. On your job, on working hard. But then you see a face, a skull face with shadows of hands around it. You hear it again. And you see darkness. You see nothing. You see your friends, one by one, with each blast, disappear. Until it's just Sophia left. And you notice, as they're disappearing, skull-like shadowy hands taking them into the ground. And behind Sophia, as she's taken away, you see Sticky standing there.
Oh.
And then he's taken away. And the man with the skull stands behind him. He points at you. And then points into the ground. As you're taken into it, and you're in a landscape of beautiful trees, roaring hills, you see dogs of all kinds running around behind you, and then it's gone. As they rush off into the hills, and it's night. Same spot, but they're all gone. There's no one, you're alone. And then it shifts again, and everything is pure white. You see people falling, your friends around you. You see all the people you've tried to protect, all the people you've hurt to do so on the other side. Them standing, looking at you with disappointment and anger. You see your friends fall and hit the ground. They don't move. And the people walk towards you. They don't say anything, but you see their mouth moves. You see the blue cape land. And set Thea on the ground next to him. And you see Zach appear behind them. He smiles. As you see, they all laugh in the same awful laugh that's not Zach's laugh. Not Blue Cape's, not Thea's, but the man with the skull for a face. And you see pupils, one after the other, as the cacophony of that sound is overwhelming, goes through you. You see eyes, pupils appear all around you as if it's a stadium full of them, looking down upon you to see what you'll do next. With one last time, they disappear and the room around you appears back. You see there's tears on your face. You see the rest of your group looking at you. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh my god.
Fucking made me cry.
You made me cry.
You made my eyes water for the first time. So. Oh my god. I was not expecting freaking Mop to take Puddle's power.
I'm so glad about that. I
I
cried
was half
then, and then I
expecting it.
cried when he was just explaining what was going through Athena's head, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
What a session. What a session.
Sorry for going long, everybody. I didn't want to just
Oh.
do mop and then stop, though.
I'm so happy you didn't stop.
Yeah,
me too.
same.
Worth it.
Hopefully you
Well,
this is-
guys enjoyed the little bit of wordplay and madness of my mind.
It was fun.
You guys are
This is
great
good.
audience and
Really
great
good.
players, to be honest. So I wanted to make sure I kind of encapsulated some of your character and your powers as well. All right, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. We'll be back next week for some more Super DND. And things are really going to start to kick off.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Purple.